lead it off. The switch hitter at second, Cedar Rafaela in center field. Willie Abreu at 267 with 10 home runs. Wilson Contreras again in the lineup. We'll find out probably on Monday for how much longer.
Angel starting pitcher presented by WB Mason, the 23-year-old righty Ryan Johnson. See his record there. He's got 4 starts. Been throwing the ball better lately since he's been put into that rotation just a few starts ago. As for his arsenal, he leads with that cutter. The sinkers are right there with it. It's going to be about 93 plus. A little split finger look pretty good, and a good little sweeper to go with it. It's a 4-pitch mix.
Yeah, over his last 15+ innings, though, just 1 earned run. He had a real tough first inning up there in Sacramento, which I think every pitcher has struggled up there. It's West Sacramento as far as base hits and home runs, but it's his deception and his delivery. As we watch this, it's very unique. You don't really see many guys have basically a slide step in the full windup.
Let's check out the Angels defense quick. You got Guzman at third base with Neto and Peraza up the middle. Von Grissom will be at first base. Outfield left to right. Low, Siri, Adele with O'Hoppe doing the catching. Yeah, I just watching him warm up, Mark. We got like Yamamoto had something very similar, right? The leg kick isn't almost like a slide step from the windup.
And you always wondered how would you get so much velocity behind that because you're not utilizing your lower half of the body. He's about 6'6", so you would think you would utilize that as far as a drive to the plate. Like Bennett had such a great extension on his delivery you guys had first game.
Umpires presented by M&T Bank. Jeremy Rehak has home plate, and the tall right-hander drills the first one in there for strike 1. And we're available. The telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP brought to you by Toyota Certified Used Vehicles. Sigler 319 with 1 home run. Now we're going to refer to Mark Gubicza throughout the broadcast as Gooby because we've known him for a long time. And if you watched him pitch, that's what everybody called him.
Yes.
So for folks back home in New England, just so you know, we'll refer to him as Gooby.
Yeah, if you ask George Brett, my former teammate, he still doesn't know my first name, so he just knows me as Gooby. Every time he introduces me, he said, "That's Gooby." And what's his first name? He goes, "I don't know, it's Gooby."
There you go. Sigler strikes out, but really a treat having him. Admired to work for so long, both as a pitcher and in the broadcast booth. This kid is 6'6", 215 pounds. They may be onto something here.
Yeah, because I think it's his delivery. I mean, he's getting stronger and stronger. He doesn't really have a whole lot of professional experience. Last year, he made his debut with ever not even thrown a professional baseball. First 3 games, a win and a save in his first 3 games. Now in the rotation.
1-3, 7.40 ERA coming in. And in there for a strike on Cedar Rafaela, checking in at 284 with 7 home runs.
You already see it here too. That wind-up delivery, good split. The Sigler got him, and now we go in sweepers here to the righties.
Back-to-back Ks to start his night.
Yeah, Lou, I was going to ask you this coming into the game today. As a hitter, when you see a guy with that delivery, I mean, it's all about timing, hitting, and that's our job as pitchers is to throw up your timing. This is about as good as you can get. He's really, really, really good when he's pitching from the full windup.
The strange thing is, I agree with you, but like in the first inning, he's got that 18 ERA. They've been hitting him. This seems type of guy, you need to see him once, second time through the order, kind of figure the timing out.
Abreu will look at a strike, so that is out of the gate. 7 pitches, 7 strikes.
It's like hitting the ball in the fairway when you're playing golf. Is that fun?
It's boring.
You're asking the wrong guy.
That's boring.
I have no clue what that's like.
I know, I couldn't either, that's for sure.
I like to play a more exciting round of golf, and you know, jump out of the woods once in a while.
Do a little Seve Ballesteros trying to get out of the rough and out of the sand trap.
Mr. Holden won over there 2 in the last couple of years.
I got lucky.
Wow.
So here comes the 0-2. He's thrown nothing but strikes so far tonight.
Immaculate inning. Oh, almost.
Came close. You don't see many of those.
Reed Detmers, you saw a guy the other night, he threw one, and he threw a no-hitter in the same year as rookie season. I mean, that's Sandy Koufax like.
That's right. Sandy was one of the, 3 guys who've done that in the history of baseball, along with Detmers, and finally misses.
Yeah, I would think it takes a little bit of time, but again, they're hitting 444 off him in the first inning with a couple of homers.
He's finally throwing the ball a little harder too now. He was really sick in spring training beginning part of the season. I think that set him back as far as velocity. It's setting up his cutter and splitter much better.
Fouled off by Willie Abreu, and Contreras on deck. Red Sox looking for a sweep here tonight in Anaheim before heading on to Chicago and then New York. Angels will be heading for Texas. And popped it up foul back off into the stands.
He's also another member of that may go down historically, this 2024 draft class. I mean, we've been talking about it earlier in the year. This kid was the second-round pick out of Dallas Baptist.
Yes.
Right to the big leagues last year.
Yes. Homeschooled in high school, so went right into that, and boom, here he is, professional.
I'd love to tell you I know where Dallas Baptist is. Obviously the city of Dallas, but you're talking about a school that doesn't produce major leaguers. Produce this guy, and he never pitches in the minors before going right onto the big leagues.
Yes, I mean, he's a great kid too, but I remember seeing him his first game in spring training. I'm like, whoa, what is this? And he goes, I told him I was in uniform. I said, hey, this kid's got to be on the team. They're like, oh, he hasn't even pitched professionally. And lo and behold, he was on the team at the start of the season last year.
1-2 on the way to Abreu, and ran it inside. 92 with that cutter.
Oh, you would think it might take a little bit to get this timing down. Yeah, whenever I see like a unique stance, you don't see many of them now because of the or unique windup. My first thought is, how did you start doing that? Like at what point you're like, you know what, I don't need a leg kick. Let me just try doing this.
Yeah, who did you pattern yourself after?
Wrapped and fouled off first base.
Because I've never seen anybody quite pitch like this before. I mean, there's other guys where, you know, growing up, you try to pitch like my favorite all time was late great Tom Seaver, the way he pitched. I can't imagine many pitchers like for, you know, Ryan to go, oh, we'll try this one.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure that's out there too often.
Base is empty. Red Sox just getting started tonight against the Angels, and the 3-2, and fights off another one.
It's good at bat here from Ray. We talked a lot about what he's doing. The lefties, he's crushing lefties at 360 range, but righties he gets long. Swing gets long. A lot of swing and miss.
12th pitch of this at bat, and right by him. 91 miles an hour was enough, and he winds up striking out the side in the top of the first inning. Presented by Xfinity. Zach Neto at the top, 18 home runs. Soler has some numbers against Suarez, including a couple of home runs in his career. Adele with 11 home runs, hit 37 last year. And facing the left-hander and the newly minted All-Star Ranger Suarez, 4-3, ERA of 2.94. Just named his second All-Star team, selected by the Major League Baseball vote. Swinging at the first pitch, Neto will pop that into right. Long run, Siegler. Neto able to put it in a great spot. He's got himself a base hit.
Here the Red Sox starting pitcher presented by Toyota's 30-year-old lefty, as Obi said, making his second All-Star appearance next week. A 17th start, 4-3 record, 2.94 ERA. He's been really consistent all year long for the Red Sox. As for that arsenal, he's going to lead with that sinker and four-seam fastball. Use the cutter, curveball, changeup. A lot of soft contact from Ranger Suarez. You saw it there.
By the way, that was a 90,000th career hit for the Halos there on that little
How
flare.
about that?
Yes, I was part of that. I gave up a few of those. I feel honored.
Your contribution.
Yes.
Denzer Guzman, young third baseman, has opened some eyes here in Anaheim. Will lift that one into center field. That's going to drop down for a base hit. Neto will take off, has good wheels, throw into third's cut, back to first, and not going to get him as Guzman's safe, and they're on the corners with nobody out for the Angels.
I almost thought they had a shot at him at third base there, especially with that arm. And Rafael's got an incredible throwing arm. Every outfielder for the Red Sox has an incredible throwing arm. And Guzman, you mentioned that, Dave, he's a really good young hitter. I mean, he got jammed on that one a little bit, but strong enough. He's got a lot of power. He's got quick hands. And when he gets that barrel, he did 3 straight games of home runs up there against the Athletics. So there's some power in his bat.
Came into the year as the Angels' number 8 prospect. We saw him play some defense last night. Looked like a shortstop.
Yeah, athlete.
Well, here comes Vaughn Grissom, former Red Sox, playing first base tonight. He chops a foul, hitting .238 with 4 home runs. How are the Angels feeling about Grissom these days?
Yeah, I mean, he had a good stretch there for a while. He's played a number of different positions. By the way, he was an emergency backup catcher the other day too. But he's done a nice job of going the other way with fastballs away and driving it to right center. That's when it's been impressive. When he gets into pull mode, that's when he gets into trouble.
Well, we've seen that a lot, right? And I think every hitter gets in trouble when they get in pull mode. Middle of the field is where you got to go. You react in or half. Ranger here out in front, 0-2. He'd love to kind of go for that strikeout now, especially in this spot.
Nobody out. Runners lead at first and third. Angels trying to strike right away here in game 3.
Boy, those numbers you pointed out about how many called strikes he's had this year, that is unreal.
Yeah, and he does a lot of this here, right? That slow little curveball. He'll cut you in a little bit to stand you up, and the next thing you know, here's 91, 92 painted outer half. Strikeout looking.
One and two on Grissom. And the toss over, and Guzman back in. Now, we've not seen Mike Trout in the series. He's out with a hamstring injury. Hasn't played since June 17. But he was named a starting outfielder for the American League All-Star team as his 12th selection.
Yeah, and super excited about being back at Philly. He ran the bases earlier today. Ran the bases extremely well. There's a good chance you're going to see him sometime down in Texas coming up in the next few days.
Out of Millville, New Jersey. What, about 50 miles from Philly? You're a Philly guy.
Oh, yeah. He's taken me many Eagles games there. And he walks around. He's like it's Mick Jagger walking around there. Mike Trout, Mike Trout. It's going to be fun for him in Philly.
So you think he absolutely will participate in the All-Star game? There's some talk about him participating in Home Run Derby, which he's never done in his career.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think he has so much respect for the game, and he has so much respect for wearing an Angels uniform, especially coming back from the IL. I think you're going to see him playing in the game for sure, though.
3-2 swung on and missed. Curveball puts him away. Grissom fans, so one gone.
Yeah, he knew he needed this curveball, right? And after the 0-2, he went a couple, he didn't execute. Tried to freeze him with that cutter and played this curveball off it. This is the big swing and miss pitch to righties. And it can be to lefties as well. And now you're just a pitch away.
Yeah, 44.4% whiff percentage with his curveball. I mean, that is outstanding.
Well, now try it against Soler. 219 with 11 home runs. He chops that one along third. That's a fair ball. Durbin had trouble getting out of the glove, and everybody's going to be safe as a run scores. Neto will touch home plate. Durbin had difficulty releasing that, getting it out of that glove, and the throw was not great down to second. 1-0 Angels.
I think he might have had a shot at a double play ball, really, on this one.
Yeah, this one hit maybe a little bit too slow, too far to his right. He tries to be quick, thinking double play. And once you don't get out of that, get it out of your glove initially, and maybe you start thinking it might hit this base. The double pump, he had no chance really anywhere. A lot of soft contact here so far for Ranger, down 1-0.
Peraza, the second baseman, 248 with 7 home runs, getting his first start of the series here tonight. The Red Sox pitching has been so good, as we mentioned off the top. The starters have a 2.08 ERA over the last 15 games. That one is fouled back, and quality starts in 13 of those. It's so weird, Gooby, to see a team pitch this well in the basement anywhere. Anything.
Yeah, you think of that kind of pitching, you're going to be rated at the top of the division. And in the Angels, I was prepping for this series. They just got finished with Seattle up there. I'm like, oh, this isn't going to get any better now.
Oh.
Good luck, Eddie.
Fouled off again, and 1-2 the count on Peraza.
I feel like it's like that in every city. Everywhere you go, like there's no let up. There's always somebody you're facing.
How is that when you're facing an ace out there? Your mindset has to be, you got to be short with your swing, right?
Yeah, and you got to do whatever it takes. The old school would be like, draw the walk, make him throw some pitches, put a bunt down, hit and run, like try to take advantage of the little things. You're not going to sit there and put 4 or 5 singles on him.
1-2 from the lefty. Did not get a call there, so 2-2. Angels have dropped 5 in a row, and they've been outscored 28-8 over that period of games. So to get on the board quickly, and that is going to be pumped in there for strike 3. Caught him looking. Second strikeout of the inning for Ranger.
So that 40% goes up a little bit higher on that pitch right there.
And that's what we're talking about. The pinpoint control, right, with the 4-seamer, or even the 2-seamer that he has. He kind of gets you worried soft, or thinking cutter in, stands you up, and then just zips 92 to the hitter. It looks like 98.
Sends up Joe Adell to right fielder. 239, 11 homers. He'll look at strike 1. Made another catch in this series of a potential home run. He had 3, of course, in one incredible night against Seattle way back in April. And line that one into center field. That's going to drop down for a base hit. Guzman rounding. It's bobbled out there. Another run in. Adele will pick up his 46th RBI, and that's 2-0 Angels.
Boy, the exit velocity all this inning for the Halos add up to a Giancarlo Stanton 1 at bat. Not a whole lot of exit velocity, but finding an outfield grass. That's the thing when you face a pitcher like Suarez, who throws strikes, who changes speeds. If you think big, hit out of the ballpark, you're going to struggle. The Angels last year had a good game plan against them last year. They scored some runs, 6 and 4 in the third innings pitch. They just did the same thing. Just put the ball in play.
Yeah, only time he's faced the Angels, they knocked him around. So a mound visit here by Andrew Bailey. This is now 7 hitters in, with the next man to climb into the box, Jose Siri. And he's not out of it yet. So a quick start here for the Angels. Siri at 263 with 5 home runs. But we're talking about Adele. He rose up again in right field and plucked one off the very top before it got over the yellow line. And he's having some defensive season in that regard, isn't he?
Yeah, 5 home runs he's robbed this season alone. That game he had to 3. The Angels won that game 1-0. Zach Neto led off the game with a home run. That was it. And he robbed 3 home runs. That was the first time in club history that ever happened before. The third one, when he went into the stands, they're making a bobblehead for that. It's coming out in September. It was unbelievable.
It was tremendous.
Yeah, the first couple like last night, but that third one, when you're diving into the stands and you just see the arm come up.
He said some fan was pounding him on the shoulders. He didn't even feel it.
The backstory to that too, the day before he went sliding in that short wall, that's cement. It feels like they painted a little something. It is cement. If you run into that, you're not breathing. He went hard into that yesterday. That's why, the day before, that's why I was so shocked he went into the stands, going right to the exact same spot, went into the wall and over the wall and made the catch.
So that spot down there, crowd went crazy. There's some great pictures of it too, by fans in the stands. Chop foul by Siri. 2-0 start here for the Angels against the all-star Suarez.
I mean, you have to take 32 starts. Take me to the mound right now. You really haven't given up a hard hit ball. The last one was a line drive. You're executing pitches. It's just sort of finding holes here a little bit. Like, you can't really be down on yourself.
No, it's frustrating. You're making pitches. That's when you got to go to your trustier guys on the offense.
Well, went to that curveball to get the K. So he strikes out 3, but he gives up 2 fast runs. 2-0 Angels. Welcome to Surfside's second inning, and back in Anaheim, 2-0. The Angels strike against Rangers Suarez. The Sox will bring up Contreras, Yoshida, and Durbin against the youngster Ryan Johnson. And we may well hear the verdict on the appeal of Contreras' 7-game suspension tomorrow from Major League Baseball. Chances could be the last you'll see of him until the second half.
We can get one more impact game from him. We'll see. Also, there's some discussion about staggering it. You get 2 guys serving suspension, so I don't think you're going to leave a team with a 2-man bench.
Right. He'll pop this one up, but that'll drift out of play. It's been such an incredibly emotional week for Wilson. He was in tears yesterday, apologizing for his actions in that melee with Washington back on Tuesday. With the tragedy in Venezuela, 2 ejections, the controversy with Kay Cavalli. Maybe the all-star snub was part of that too. He was in tears prior to Saturday's game. Then went out, crushed a 3-run homer in the first inning.
You know, just watching from afar a lot, but then see him in the first 2 games in the series, I'm like, he is a legit threat at the plate. I mean, that bat speed is off the charts.
He's up there with hard hit as far as bat speed goes in the league. He's a strong man.
Check swing and fouled away. You always look to see if it deflected off a body part first with him. But 33 home runs, that's the pace he is on, and that would easily be a career high for Wilson. Yoshida on deck. And a swing and a miss, and this kid's off to a great start. He's struck out the first 4 Red Sox tonight.
He's not usually a big strikeout guy, but is so far between his splitter and his cutter, it's been very, very effective.
You see a little split change kind of, right? Not,
yeah.
It looked like more of a
it's not an overpowering, he turns it over. Like I said, it's just an odd delivery. We'll throw your timing off.
Masataka Yoshida 250 with a pair of home runs. Getting a nod tonight as the designated hitter. Red Sox with the first 2 wins here are back over 500 on the road at 22-20. So for us, Scooby, we keep looking at that and going, okay, why the problems at Fenway Park? Now, winning a few games lately back at Fenway, but it's been such a disparity, such a better road team than a home team.
Yeah, that shocks me, because as a visiting player for all those years, that's such an intimidating place.
Yeah.
You always think of this, you know, you can make a good pitch and turn on and get it over the green monster, go down the right field. Believe me, it was as a visiting player, as a hitter, and as a pitcher, you didn't look forward to that at all, that place. And that's why I'm looking at numbers. I'm like, I was shocked at how they're playing at home.
Yoshida wraps that one to the right side. Peraza can't make the play. And Masataka will be the first base runner, first hit for Boston tonight.
Well, I think everybody, Red Sox fans, came into the year thinking, okay, our pitching's going to be elite. The offense, nobody expected to be top 5, but they thought it'd be middle of the pack. But when you play at Fenway, your offense will play up. Well, actually, at Fenway, it's played down. They're a better offensive team on the road than they are at home, which is just, no one's seen it. Like, we're talking lifetimes.
Yeah.
you know, Red Sox fans.
Because as a pitcher going in there, you always think, okay, I got to pitch away. And I always remember guys, especially right-handed batters, loving that, because they get their arms extended, and that's when they hit the ball with the green monster. You had to pitch inside, but do you have it in you to pitch inside, especially the right-handed batters? That's the thing. It's always was difficult at Fenway Park.
Heard that phrase before about pitching at Fenway. Do you have it in you? It's just a different animal. As we check out tonight's home run odds presented by FanDuel. For Durbin, who's hit 8, and Jarren Duran on deck. Masataka with a couple, Duran with 12 home runs. Red Sox have been hitting more of them as of late. He won't chase it.
I was actually talking to Suzuki Kirk. I played with him in the minor leagues, and obviously caught a lot of games at Fenway. And you talk about some of the great left-handed hitters, and he's like, sometimes there's nowhere to run. You know, you pitch them in, they can go yard and pull it. You pitch them away, and they can just sort of flip it out there. Now, not everybody's David Ortiz, but Adrian Gonzalez of the world, everybody.
That's a swing and a miss. Durbin could not hold up. First base umpire Isanya said he swung it. 2-2. Caleb coming off an 0 for 5 against the Angels last night here. Downstairs the ball. So 3-2. Red Sox have won 7 of their last 9. And they can get to 8 under 500 for the first time since June 5th if they can win tonight. And Johnson delivers, and a bounding ball to third. Guzman will flip, gotten out there. That's all they get.
Right, that is a shortstop playing third base. Those hands are quick. His instincts are solid.
This is impressive. Look at this. He comes in to get it. Quick hands, but the release is that shortstop look to it, right? Like the athlete. Quick. He showed it last night in the ball he came in on as well. Throwing on the run, and this is kind of all the great real third basemen. They bring that athleticism to kind of play it like they're shortstops.
So 2 down for Duran. Jarren 193, 12 home runs. Does not have a hit in the series, but he's been valuable. He was on base 3 times last night. Couple of stolen bases. He's played excellent defense here. Made a diving catch and left. Durbin the base runner, swinging a high drive, center field deep. Series back, he's back, and it's gone. Jarren Duran with number 13. The Red Sox quickly tie the ball game with a 2-run shot.
You mentioned it, Obi. The last couple of nights has been some 0 for 2s, but we're drawing walks. You know, 2 strikes, sack, fly, hit a ball hard last night down the line, then he got robbed on. Like you could start to see. I always say you don't come out of long slumps overnight. There's usually 2 or 3 games going into it. You start to see some changes, and you started to see it with Jarren Duran. And this is a guy you really need to get going again.
He's a local kid too, so you know this feels good for him to come back here to the Big A and hit a ball like that, just like that. Mentioned about the soft hits last inning against Suarez. That's how you respond back in the offense. That's exactly what he did.
And Red Sox home run presented by your New England area Audi dealers. A 2-2 game. Carlos Narvaez the hitter, and back to the swing.
Just look like just maybe that heater, right? That sinker. Inner half. Duran, I tell you, this guy, when he does hit it, he's so strong. He hits it hard every time. That one there, 103 off the bat, but it went 422.
That's big boy territory. That's Bo Jackson territory. Every time I see someone go that far out dead center field like he did in the All-Star game here.
This thing, you kind of knew it right off the bat. A long way out there.
Narvaez with a high fly to center right at Siri. On the back pedal, he's got it, and that retires the side, but not before Duran strikes, and we've got a 2-2 game.
Let's take a look at the Red Sox defense presented by Car Shield. Durbin is at third base with Chang and Ziegler up the middle. Contreras is at first. The outfield left to right. Duran, Rafaela, Abreu with Carlos Narvaez doing the catching.
Dave O'Brien alongside Mark Gubicza, Lou Merlone, and Jemai Webster. Jaron Duran going downtown. It sounded gone at the crack of the bat.
Yes, it did. That's one of those ones as a pitcher. You just look for the umpire to give you a new baseball. Don't even waste time looking back and see how far it went.
103.6 off the bat, and as Lou mentioned, 422. And a line drive and a base hit the other way, and a single for Ohapi. Logan Ohapi, the catcher, just coming off concussion protocol. Good to see him healthy again as we toss it down to Jemai.
Thank you very much, OB. Well, you guys were talking about Ranger Suarez headed to the All-Star game for the second time in his career. And he had been on the, you're talking about his snub actually too, Lou, last year with the Philadelphia Phillies, having gone 7-2 with a 1.99 ERA on the senior circuit, but happy to be back, and most importantly, happy to be back with the Red Sox. His first selection since 2024, and he didn't pitch there because of injury. Not only is it sweet, he said, to be headed back because it's in Philadelphia where he built his career, but he's proud to be representing the Red Sox because of the franchise's history, also getting a chance to enjoy it with the Aroldis Chapman. He says, who knows, maybe I'll get to play in the game and be a part of it this way this year, but he says he's looking forward to representing Boston in Philly next week.
Joined by Aroldis Chapman, who just picked up his 9th All-Star bid in 17 years, 38 years old, and now the all-time strikeout leader for relief pitchers. Gooby, is he a Hall of Famer?
Yes, yes, no question. No question about it. Most dominant relief pitcher you've seen, and he's still throwing incredibly hard.
Backhander by Contreras, zips it down to second one, back to first, and got him. Suarez able to cover on a bang-bang play. Didn't look like it was going to develop into a double play.
Looks like they might want to challenge that one and take a look at it.
See, early on in the game, right? You want to make sure you got this thing right. But Contreras does a good job here just to make sure you get the out. They're going to challenge it. Chang, quick release. Ranger's so good. He's under control every time he throws the baseball. That's why he's a great fielder. He gets over there in plenty of time. Did they get him?
Tell you what, he took the perfect route to first base too. He went right to the bag, and then you stretch. I think he beat that one.
Yeah, he did. Maybe stretched the wrong foot, but that's okay. We'll work on that first base technique.
Those pitchers are the best athletes. You know that.
So on review, this certainly looks like that out at first will be erased and overturned. And Lowe runs well. Beat the wrap. They're showing it up on the big board.
Field's overturned. Runner at safe. Los Angeles retained.
And the Angels retain their challenge.
Very nicely done. Like that's an obvious challenge. We've sat here for a minute and a half sometimes waiting for him to make a call like this. I mean, this doesn't get more obvious than this. Let's make the call and move on.
Especially a guy with speed. When you look at his career, 81 stolen bases, and only has been caught 8 times in his career.
Gets a big years against us down in Tampa.
Oh, did he? Too many. Now here's Neto. He had a base hit, scored a run in the first inning.
I'm just happy they split those two up. Brandon Lowe, Josh Lowe.
Yes.
They'd be hitting next to each other. I was calling them all Lowe, Lowe. I just split them up.
I was trying to change my spelling. I can't read my handwriting as it is, and I'm trying to change it up so I wouldn't mess it up.
Neto made his major league debut 3 years ago at Fenway. And he will cut right through that one for strike.
He's now 3 for 4 in his career against Suarez. It's not a big sample size, but when you look at what he has done against the elite pitchers of baseball, Cy Young Award winners, he's hit a lot of big home runs against those guys, including Skubal a couple times, DeGrom, Verlander, Framber Valdez.
Boy, that's a list.
Dylan Cease.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yamamoto.
It's a serious list.
Yes.
Low at the lead. He takes off. Narvaez with the throw, the tag, and not in time.
Now that's why you take that challenge and try to get him on, because like I said, he's got the all-time highest stolen base success percentage. Third stolen base, but now 82 and been caught just 8 times. That's impressive. He's a real good athlete. Just hasn't been able to stay healthy enough.
So Neto with a chance to drive him in. He's driven in 43 on the year. And he'll line out in the left center field. Another hit. That'll get it done. Lowe is in to score. He's heading into second. Cutoff throw and safe. Well, if the throw had been allowed to come all the way through, maybe a different story there at second. But the Angels keep racking up the hits, and they're on top again, 3-2.
It's good hustle here from Neto out of the gate. Cedon going for this ball and just quick release. Not put much on the throw. I think Neto surprised him a lot, and by the time he had released it, it was too late to get a little extra on it. You see Cedon here catch this baseball and just try to get it into second, thinking that's it. Doesn't really air it out. Could have let that thing drop. I don't know why you want to cut that off. It's a one hopper to second. Better chance.
That's 5 hits already for the Angels tonight.
It's like we talked about in the open. Another extra base hit for Neto. And another RBI. I mean, he really. I mean, Mike Trout's coming back soon. But Zach Neto is really that guy that gets his team going.
Fouled on the play. We've always admired his defense. First couple of times we saw him make every single play, and I know he's made some errors this year, but you can look at that guy as an all-star caliber player. Have a nice long run here in Anaheim.
Yeah, I mean, its defense had that little bit of a slump. Now it's back to being his normal self defensively.
And a foul ball at home plate by Guzman. He has a base hit and he scored a run.
I remember when he was drafted. I think Nevin was there. He was in Fenway when they called him up.
Yeah.
I think he told me a story about how when they drafted him, he talked to him on the phone. Congrats. He said, "Yeah, I'm ready." And they were like, okay, slow it down a little bit. Get your few at bats in the minors. But he's like, "I'm ready." Like, confident kid.
Yeah.
And he plays with that energy I love.
By the way, he was up right away too.
Yeah.
Before you know it, a few at bats in the minor, like, I get back up here. It's like Sean Wells, the same thing. They've had a number of guys out of the draft right up in the big leagues quickly.
Ground ball right side. That will advance the runner. Siegler plenty of time at first. Neto down to third and 2 away. Angels right now at 36 and 54. So on their way to an 11th consecutive losing season. They've not gone to postseason play since 2014. That despite the benefit of having these marvelous talents like Shohei Ohtani, obviously Mike Trout. You had Pujols for a while here as well. Some of the greatest all-time players the game has seen, but unable to get over that hump, as it were.
And the way they started this year too, where they were 11 and 10. That's obviously not the best record, but it's over 500. They had a great series up in Yankee Stadium. They could have won all 4. They ended up splitting that. It's 11 and 10, doing everything well. Then all of a sudden, it just fell apart from that point. Stopped hitting. The opponent would score early, and the Angels were behind a lot of games. And the bullpen has been an issue, although it's been much better of late. You're seeing a lot of their young arms, guys that get swing and misses, are leading that charge down in the bullpen.
Was the plan here at the top of the season, Gooby, much like the Red Sox, rely heavily on the starting pitching and score enough runs?
Yes, exactly that. They thought for sure they would score a lot of runs, and they expected Josh Lowe to be a Soler along with Mike Trout, Neto, Sean Wells, Joe Adell. Joe Adell 30+ home runs last year. I mean, they expected all those guys to perform. The starting pitching for the most part has been pretty solid, but some leads have gotten away late, and that's a demoralizing thing for a team when you lose those leads late.
High chop on the infield. Durbin will glove that and fire and get him to retire the side. But another run in. The Angels retake the lead 3-2. Take a look at the All-State Good Hands replay. Joe Adell at work again.
Unbelievable how well he gets back to the wall. I mean, when he first came up to the big leagues, it was a tough one when he made that debut in Texas in a tough play out there. But he's robbed 5 would-be home runs, 3 in one game, but 5 total on the season.
Chang dropping down the butt, a beauty, and no play. Guzman just let it roll right into the glove. And Sung-Chae Chang has himself a base hit.
I like that out of Chang. Defensively, he's fantastic. Offensively, he competes, right? He battles. And if he gets in the right spot, leading off an inning, put a bunt down, make a guy make a great play. Get a guy out on the bases, move the runner, like be that type of guy, because defensively he really helps you out.
I think Guzman makes that, or at least make it a close play if the pitcher doesn't get in the way on that one too. It's a tough play for a pitcher. You usually want to get off the mound, but that would have been a play that Guzman, with his quick hands, might have had a shot at him.
A little miscommunication in for a strike on Siegler, whiffed in the first inning. So Chang, the base runner, 3-2, the Angels in front. Siegler had a nice night last night. He was on base 3 times. He scored twice. Red Sox actually drew 6 walks, and half of them scored. In the American League, only Toronto has drawn fewer walks than the Red Sox.
And this guy's really stepped up. I mean, IKF was swinging it for you. He ends up going down. Last 10 games hitting .382, hits in 9 of his last 10. He brings energy to the ballpark every night.
1-1 drifts away.
It's kind of how the offense has gone, right? IKF got hot for about 3 weeks, then he got hurt. And then Gasper came up and he got hot for a couple of weeks. Now Siegler is, he's sort of riding this hot wave of kind of the role players on this offense.
Yeah, it's so different to seeing the guys back and forth at second base there with the Red Sox. I'm used to seeing 1 or 2 guys there dealing all those years.
Isn't that the truth? Fly ball left field. That won't carry. Low is there. And 1 down in front of Cedar Rafaela.
It's been a little revolving door since Pedroia. Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we got the season covered. You can visit MLBshop.com/Red Sox, the official source for your Boston Red Sox gear.
Cedar 0 for 1 with a strikeout against Ryan Johnson. He and Cam Smith of the Astros were the first 2 players from the 24 draft to reach the big leagues. Fouled off the end of the bat, strike 1.
Red Sox been running a little bit more so this year, right? This feels like this would be a time to take a shot, although there hasn't been a stolen base, even an attempt against Ryan Johnson. As big as he is, and it's that slide step he has from the stretch position.
Too quick. Numbers don't add up.
Runner holding and flick foul out of play. Well, the Red Sox were expected to be sellers at the trade deadline not long ago. Even Sonny Gray said a couple of weeks ago he would be on board with waiving his no trade clause depending on the suitor, depending on who is coming after him. However, Red Sox have 24 games left before the trade deadline, and 14 are against teams under 500. And they have won 7 out of their last 9, as mentioned. And the 2-strike pitch.
Oh, they must be playing the American League.
I was going to say
everybody's under 500 in the American League, but you're right. Like, the key is you're about 6th place out of that wild card. You got to leapfrog 3 or 4, and you are. You're a game and a half now with this little recent run. It's a good little run they're on lately. You got to almost do it again, and then see where you are.
And maybe again, as it's fouled back to the screen.
I mean, that's the thing with your GM of American League Ball Club. Nobody feels like they're out of this. I mean, there's no, and I've seen pretty much every team in the American League so far. I don't think there's a dominant team. I mean, the Rays are playing great, don't get me wrong, and they make good contact, and their starting pitching has been good. Are they a great team? No, they just play extremely good baseball.
And they can be very streaky too. Line shot. Moving over is Adele to make the play on a sinking line drive, and 2 down. Right now they're as hot as a firecracker. Hey, we're facing the White Sox next. This is a cheap way to get a scouting report because you've already faced them. Angels have already seen them. Going in there for 3. What to expect in Chicago?
They got a lot of energy. They got a lot of young players that put the ball in play. They run the bases extremely aggressive, and they'll go 1st to 3rd. They'll put a lot of pressure, and they got some starting pitching. Even though they're not big names per se, they throw a lot of strikes and they throw a lot of wrinkles on their pitches. So it's going to be a tough battle. I've been really impressed with the energy they play with. They're a fun team to watch. You'll like the way they play the game of baseball. For a team that lost 100+ games, it seems like forever.
Yeah, it seems like they're having a lot of fun.
Yes.
I see highlights.
A scrappy group. Abreu 0 for 1 with a strikeout, runner at 1st. Hot shot knocked down by Neto. He'll throw on at 1st and not in time. Well, their infield has been sloppy so far tonight. And everybody's safe 1st and 2nd on what should have been an inning-ending play.
And that's the thing, we've seen that a lot for the Angels this year, just giving those extra outs, and something over the last few years you don't do that. But when you have a lot of pitchers that pitch to contact for the most part. The extra out gives it an opportunity for your opponent just to put a ball in play and a run scores.
Yeah, you got the guy Contreras too, their best hitter coming up here. It's one thing to get a little gift like that, to extend it. It's another thing to take advantage of it.
Wilson struck out in the second inning, 0 for 1 tonight. Runners at first and second. And a swing and a high drive left field. Low, turn it around, and see you later. Contreras with number 20. A 3-run blast. That's his second in as many nights here at the Big A. And the Red Sox take the lead 5-3.
That's what you call taking advantage of it. You get a 2-out error, and Contreras blasts number 20 of the year.
That's 112 off the bat. Ooh. Going 446. Another sinker hit out of the ballpark. And I was going to ask you this, Lou. I mean, you see the swings now with out of the stretch. He's got 4 strikeouts. Each one of them have been for the full windup. So you're seeing a little different look at it. The hand, got a little longer look at it.
Yeah, he just absolutely unloads on this thing too. Yeah, and you know, it's also the second time through, right? Like just getting used to even a slide step from the stretch. Like you said, the deception's really in the windup.
No bat flip either. And that's going to be a soft liner dropping down for a base hit by Yoshida. So a lot of damage being done after the error by Neto at short.
And that's giving away those extra. Even go back to the first runs they scored on the home run by Duran. It was a ground ball that Peraza usually with his hands is going to make that play. That ground ball, the backhand off his glove, ended up being an infield hit. But he usually makes that play. Instead, it's a 2-run home run. Same thing here now, a 3-run home run.
Mike Maddox, pitching coach, heading out to the hill. Wilson Contreras having a great year.
Well, at the beginning of the year, you looked at this lineup, and the big talk back in town was, is there anyone that's going to hit 20? Right, and I think, as a matter of fact, like the projections, whatever you want to call it, didn't have anybody hitting 20. Well, he's got 20, and we're not at the All-Star break yet. I thought Roman Anthony would be around a little bit more and others, but 20 home runs here. It's a career year for Wilson Contreras. Year 2 as a first baseman, too, settling in, getting away from the plate. It's been fantastic.
The last 9 games, he's hitting about .390 with 13 RBIs.
It's 2 3-run blasts in this. Late great Earl Weaver would be liking that swing from him.
Sure would. Here's Durbin as he fouls it away for a strike.
Quite frankly, it's what's been missing all year. You know, and this is why this baseball team, by the way, is 3-44 when they're down 2 runs at any point in the game.
Wow.
Because they lack the homer. And here today, you got a 2-run homer and a 3-run homer.
The Red Sox of 26 are the kings of the bizarre stat.
Yeah.
Like one end or the other. It's been amazing, but starting to get some more of those 3-run homers. Wilson right in the thick of that. Red Sox tied for the major league lead in 3-run homers a year ago. And a cut and a miss. Durbin's hit 8 on the year. Most of those have come in the last few weeks. Red Sox 5 and the Angels 3. Jaron Duran has the other home run tonight for Boston. No activity yet in the bullpen. And that'll miss outside.
When watching Contreras in this series alone, I'm thinking that's an all-star. That's an all-star right there.
And you know, still might get in. As we mentioned, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who won the vote, the fan vote, has said he's not going to participate. Fellow first baseman.
And you saw Sonny Gray last night. So where do you sit, the team that's 10 games under in last place in this division getting 4? Is that a thing?
If you're an all-star, you deserve to be an all-star. And he's an all-star, 10-1. I mean, the ERA in the 2s. I mean, come on, how's he not an all-star?
I would like an answer to that too. I think Sonny would too.
I was going to say, last night it sounded like he wanted one.
Yeah. He's not just going to let that go, and that's going to be inside ball 4. So since the error, 3 consecutive Red Sox have reached. That'll put Mena at first and second in front of Jaron Duran, who's already belted a home run.
cost him an inning too, right? Pitch count 61, maybe what, another 7 or 8 pitches here, and going into this at bat.
But my philosophy has always been, my job as a pitcher, I got to pick up my guy.
Yeah,
I got to pick him up. The first pitch he throws at Contreras right there. I mean, that's a mistake pitch. You have to pick up your guy.
2 down. Duran will lay off the first, ball 1.
Well, when we were in the minor leagues with the Royals, they had a philosophy: if you gave up a number of unearned runs, you didn't advance to the next level. That means you were leaving your teammates down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sometimes things are out of your control as a pitcher, at the end of an inning, but you always try to pick up your guy as much as possible.
I don't think they use those numbers in the minors anymore. A little bit different. It's a little bit different.
No, they don't.
You can give up some earned runs, but if you had that horizontal and vertical break, it looks good.
Yes.
Yoshida at second, Durbin on at first.
See, this is when you can see a different Jarren Duran, right? Like, he's laying off these splitters. Right now, I can tell you right now, a week ago, this is a 1-2 count. If he's not already out, right? Like, just seeing the ball better.
Is there enough trust for him to swing 3-0 here, you think?
I think you swing 3-0 in this league all the time now. You see that 3-1 heater? Guess what this is? You might throw a split here again.
Yeah.
They don't give in. So take advantage of it. To treat 3-0 like a 2-0 heater.
Yeah.
Narvaez would hit next. And Johnson home of the 3-1. He took that one as well, so full count.
Sweeper, right? Slider, cutter, whatever he's got there. And now 3-2. If I'm him, I'm throwing him a split.
Yeah, definitely. And he's got to make a big pitch here, otherwise this game get really out of hand quickly, especially with the bullpen for the Red Sox. So you better, the mindset for Ryan Johnson, I got to make my best pitch of the game. It's, the damage is done, but you still have a shot at winning this game.
Runners can take off on the 3-2 and got him. Went to the splitter to strike him out, but Contreras strikes again. 3-run blast, 5-3 Red Sox.
For the next game, just tell Siri, add hot dogs to my grocery list.
Well, a lot of action here in the early going as we go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning in Anaheim, California. Dave O'Brien, Lou Merloni, Mark Guba's in our booth. Delighted to have him. And Jemai Webster downstairs on the field. Already plenty of offense. 5 hits for each side.
It's like Thomas Hearn and Marvin Hagler having a fight.
A little bit early, and this guy threw a big punch. By the way, still my favorite all-time fight.
Yes,
all-time.
It was like an old hockey fight. They were just going at it nonstop.
Came out of the dressing room with haymakers, just one after another. It was over in like 6 minutes, wasn't it? It was incredible. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, dear to all of us, of course, in the New England area.
I was crushed when he stopped boxing. Didn't understand it. It hurt me. It hurt me.
Became a very popular actor in Italy.
Everybody in Boston loved him.
Everybody.
You don't imagine. He was unbelievable. I love boxing. Growing up in the Philly area, that's what you did. We had it as a PE class. Didn't work out sometimes, though.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
In Philly, it's not dodgeball, it's boxing.
Yeah.
Put on the gloves and just hit the daylights out of each other.
And then go to math class the very end.
Go to math class. With a bit of a headache.
Yes.
Soler is 0 for 1. And he will take that one in there for strike 3. Jeremy Rehak, home plate umpire, rings him up. Suarez gets his first man in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, I was just looking at Ranger here. Like, he's given up 3 runs in the first couple innings. He's given up 2 balls classified as hard hit. And the average exit velocity 78 miles an hour.
Yep.
So, I mean, just stay with what you're doing. Try to get into that 6th inning, right? Keep it right where it is. That's what the veterans try to do, right? Give up a couple early.
That's what starting pitching should always be. The mindset, regardless of what anybody says, a W by your name is what you take that mound for every single time. When you throw those first warm-up pitches in the bullpen, you want to think about a W.
You know, Tom Seaver used to say that a lot. Tom used to say things like, no more than 15 pitches an inning. You know, you're working too hard. You're not doing your job if it's more than that. And that's a guy that you ran into pretty early in your career. I've heard this from a lot of pitchers. And Tom and I were dear friends. Got a chance to work with the Mets, but he made a big impact on you.
Oh, no question. I love the way he pitched. I love the way he competed. I went up to him. I said, Mr. Seaver. He goes, please, Tom. I go, every time I throw a baseball, even for the first pitch of spring training, my kneecap would be killing me.
Right.
And he goes, you've ever played basketball before? I go, yeah. You know those knee pads in basketball, those white knee pads? He goes, put that underneath your uniform to protect your knee. And I did that the next time, and I never had a problem. I used the same knee pad. I never had pain in my knee the rest of my career.
Oh.
I mean, every day I would see him, I say, thank you for that. Because I had no idea. I was a drop and drive guy. I'm like, my kneecap was black and blue by the third start of the season. And then when he told me that story, never had a problem ever again.
He loved pitching in Boston too. You know, it was only the year, but end of his career, he didn't throw 97 anymore. You know, he had to fool guys a little bit, but he said he had more fun pitching in Boston than anywhere at Fenway Park.
I even as a visiting player, warming up in the bullpen, I felt they could take the baseball right out of my hand in the bullpen down there.
Yeah.
Before they put that little fence up a little bit higher.
Oh yeah.
And the energy you had in that ballpark, you even go from there on the mound. That was always one of my favorite. It's my favorite city to visit as a visiting player and broadcaster, but as a pitcher, the two places I love the most, Fenway Park and the old Yankee Stadium.
Old Yankee fouled at home plate by Adele. Back-to-back Ks here by Ranger.
I'm glad you said old Yankee Stadium. You're a little different.
Yeah.
A little bit different now, right?
Yes. Although the Red Sox like playing there now, I think, a little bit.
The old place just had a life of its own, man.
Boy, did it.
And the crowd felt like it was right on your back, right? All the time. All those ghosts swirling around in there. 2-2, little number past the mound. Chang has to get to it and fumbles it, and the runner's going to be safe. So Adele has his second hit. Couple of singles. He's 2 for 2.
The key for the Angels tonight is having no exit velocity working.
Yes, so this is. You know, Siegler obviously he's up the middle there too, but really no chance. This is a shortstop's ball the whole way. This is where he's got momentum going. Siegler's going to turn the body to throw. If he gets out of there sooner, maybe Chang get rid of it quick. Well, what we got going on here?
Yeah, something up with Rangers Suarez here. Chad Tracy with a trainer heading out there to chat with him.
This comeback here, you saw him kind of reach up. I thought he let it go, thinking he couldn't reach it and just let the infielder try. I don't know if that little hop, if the way he came down on it.
Sometimes when you go back on a ball like that, you go back on the incline. You're so used to going back. You see that hop right there, uncomfortable on his landing.
Yeah, it's almost like he tried to hop and then just didn't really put much effort into it.
Yeah, you react to the baseball, and then all of a sudden there's a different feel on your foot when you do that. Because your normal reaction as a pitcher, you want to try to field everything. I think he might be done.
Yeah, he is not going to continue to try to warm up toss there. He is finished. So Ranger Suarez walking off, and Red Sox have to get somebody up in the bullpen. We'll get as long as he is required to get ready for this thing, but the Red Sox all-star lefty is finished for the night after getting 2 hits and then the infield single. Weissert looks like he is headed for the bullpen hill. Red Sox with a 5-3 lead, and Ranger Suarez has to depart, and obviously as soon as we can we'll get you an update on what is up with the left-hander. We'll continue with more in a moment here from the Big A in Anaheim. Ranger Suarez pitching line presented by Ace Ticket. Ace Ticket with the best seats at the lowest prices. So it looked like he was just starting to get going into one of those Ranger Suarez grooves, because they've had a bunch of hits off him tonight, but this hit got by him and it cost him.
Yeah, it looked like when you went to push off with that left leg, like I said, the jump, he really didn't give much effort after the initial push off. Like, you thought about jumping up for this thing, he pushes off, and right there, see how he holds that leg kind of awkwardly?
Yeah, because
I don't know what was going on, but obviously something, because he's out of this game.
Well, when you land like that, you're not expecting a baseball necessarily there, so that quick reaction to it and pushing off that, I think he saw it get him right there. And it's a wise decision. If you're not feeling good, especially when it comes to your leg, and you see him trying to throw that first pitch, that's how you hurt your arm. When your lower part of your body is not feeling good.
So Greg Weissert comes out of the pen, and when he tells them, because it's an emergency scenario, that he's ready, then he'll be able to pitch. Not what the Red Sox had in mind with one of their best And an all-star bound Ranger Suarez forced out of the ball game so quickly. And of course, it brings to mind that if he winds up missing the All-Star game because of that injury, that opens up a spot for a teammate.
Yeah,
Sonny Gray.
Sonny Gray. And we'll see. You know, you got the All-Star break. We won't get too far ahead of ourselves, but you know, luckily the first couple of games, right? Bennett was outstanding last night. You got another great outing from Sonny, so your bullpen is in good shape.
Yes.
You do have that off day tomorrow, so you can unload it.
And the Red Sox are in a position now. They have to think every single game you got to win.
Yep.
Yes.
Get back in it.
No doubt about it. Siri, the batter, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. There are 2 out. Runner on at first base. The infield hit by Adele.
This is an extremely uncomfortable at bat if you're a right-handed batter.
It always has been, and you know, we talked about it last night, and he's kind of dropping down a little bit lower even with his arm angle than even earlier in the season.
Popped up into center field. And on the back pedal, Ziegler will make the play to retire the side. No runs a hit and 1 left.
It's a member of that 2024 draft class, and it really, at this point, it's one of the best classes we've seen. Look what the careers look like. But as far as impact immediately in this league, some of these names you're talking about, you know, Kurtz, one of the best hitters in the game. We saw Caglianone's power and Weatherhole, what he can do in some of these arms, and Chase Burns, Johnson here, Yasavage, Tolley. This is an impressive group.
Yes, it is.
1 year in pro ball, and your impact in 2026.
The Connor Griffins of the world. You savage what he did in the postseason last year in the World Series.
They get there quick now, don't they? Right out of college.
Johnson last year made the Angels opening day roster despite not pitching a single inning in the minor leagues. The Angels had another pitcher who had done that, Jim Abbott, years ago.
All-time great guy. Threw a no-hitter. That's amazing.
Incredible. Incredible guy.
Inspiration to so many people.
Narvaez 0 for 1. He's flied out to center. Red Sox 5 and the Angels 3. Last game of the series, Boston trying to sweep. Red Sox in a position they've got to sweep somebody on this road trip. Good opponent coming up next in the White Sox, surprisingly so, but then the Mets on the back end of that. Red Sox on their longest road trip of the year.
I think the mindset, even though you win the first 2, it's like even if you lose, you go to bed, you wake up to win the next day. So you win the next 2, it doesn't matter. You're going to try to win the next one. It happens to be a sweep, so be it. And if you lose the first 2, you got to win that third one. You can't get swept, right? So every day, it's really the same mentality for those guys.
And after the All-Star break, that's no treat. That's actually a 4-game series with Tampa Bay because day 1 is a doubleheader against the Rays.
Wow. Right out of the gate.
That's always fun. Doubleheader right out of the gate.
I wish they went back to those 2 sevens. That was a fun year.
Swinging a high fly ball into left field, driving back low, still backing up all the way to the track there to make the play. Narvaez 0 for 2 tonight and 1 gone in the 4th.
It's a big yard when you go out to that part. 390.
Yeah, it is. Tonight, following Extra Innings Live, don't miss Red Sox Finals presented by Volvo Cars. Adam and Jim, they're going to break down Ranger Suarez's outing, preview the 3-game series against the White Sox. It's only on NESN, streaming on NESN 360.
And Gooby, you mentioned the distance out there to left. I like this ballpark. We enjoy coming here. And it's not just because every day is 75 and sunny.
Yeah, it is.
And so is the next day next. It's a big, it's 98%. This is a fun ballpark to come to.
Yeah, I mean, it lends to opportunities like we saw Joe Adele. We talked about going over the wall to bring some would-be home runs back.
Siri coming on, can't reach it. It's down for a base hit. He knocks it around a bit. And Chang will settle for his 2nd single tonight, 2 for 2.
But also there's some pretty good alleys out there for doubles and triples in there, so that excitement level he can bring in. It's a pretty quick infield too, so base hits on the ground, contact on the ground. It's always been a fun ballpark to go see as a fan too. All the vantage points around here for fans to be able to see the games.
Been a lot of Red Sox fans here the first couple of nights. Big crowds here of over 43,000, 44,000 first couple of nights to see the Red Sox and the Angels. Top of the order in Ziegler now. He has struck out and flied to left, and he'll pop that into shallow right. And Adele plenty of time. And 2 down. Cedar Rafaela next to you, struck out and lined out to right field.
Starting to see some movement down in the bullpen now, looks like, for the Angels.
Looking like they're getting a right-hander active. That'll be Fermin. Runner on at first, 2 away.
Well, he had that walk-off home run last year at Fenway Park against the Angels. Right down the right field line. Now that home run there, that might have got me a little angry.
Was it because it went 302 feet?
Yes.
Unreal, huh?
I wasn't the happiest guy when I was on the mound to begin with. That kind of walk-off against me, that might have set me back a little.
How about the little fly ball off the end of your bat? You walk off like it's a fly ball out. It skims that wall for a double instead.
Yeah, that made me happy too.
Did you pitch angry?
Every pitch I threw. Every pitch I threw.
How about that?
Yeah.
Because you're such an easygoing, affable guy in this job. But in your old gig, you were an angry character.
Yes. Yeah. If you wore a different uniform than me, it could have been my mom at the plate. I wasn't going to be real happy about it. That's just the way it's the way it was.
I'm looking at the list of the guys you faced a lot in your career. And some of the greatest hitters ever. It seemed like you faced them a ton over the course of your career in Kansas City.
And that's why my elbow is bent right now too.
Right. That's why it goes this way instead of that way. Fouled back to the screen.
But I loved it though. I mean, just to face those guys, the best the game has ever seen. The energy you had for that, it was off the charts.
Chang gets the lead at first and fouled away.
Yeah, we were looking at the other night. Guy you faced the most, Wade Boggs, then Kirby Puckett, then Don Mattingly, then Cal Ripken and Ricky Henderson. Those are the 5 guys you faced most in your career.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
14 years.
All those Hall of Famers too. I think, can you guys take a day off just for fun?
Wow.
0-2.
Boggs was one too. I mean, we're friends. We still text every once in a while too. And I got to the point where every at bat was about a 10-pitch at bat, and then he get a base hit against me. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to throw at you.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
He'll take a seat there.
That's when we were good friends. He said, I'll take one for you.
You had that power sink, didn't you?
But he was so tough. I mean, it was the longest at bats imaginable every single time.
Of that list, was he the toughest?
Yes. Most damage, Don Mattingly. The right-handed batters there. I mean, Cal Ripken had some decent numbers, but I always tell him you never hit a home run against me. Now, we remember every home run we ever gave him. Trust me. He hit about 300 against me, but he never hit a home run, so I'm always good about that.
You guys
Mattingly owned me, though.
Amaze me with your memories. It's incredible. You forget nothing. Fastball inside, missing. 2-2.
Well, of course, 4 of those names are in the Hall of Fame, and I think most people agree that Mattingly deserves to be in there as well.
I remember doing something last year for MLB Network, and I said he is a Hall of Famer. And if he gets in the Hall of Fame, he better thank me, by the way. He always jokes around, hey, well, thank you.
Line shot, but fouled down the right field corner.
When you think about Hall of Fame for hitters, you talk about a 10-year span. He was the most dominant guy for 10 years. And every pitcher that I've ever talked to, from Mark Langston, who's doing the radio, he was a great pitcher himself. Oh, I didn't want him up there because he was clutch.
It's a Gold Glover.
Yeah, an incredible first baseman. I mean, a phenomenal hitter, and doing a good job as a manager too.
Yeah,
sure is, with those fighting fills. The 2-2. Another foul ball, long at bat by Cedar Rafaela.
Good AB.
Kirby Puckett was always fun to pitch against too. And decent numbers against him. I remember one time he goes, Gooby, I'm going to get that slider. I go, this keeps swinging the dirt. So one time we were up in the game. I said, let me try a change up to him just for fun. Home run. As he's running around the bases, I go, that's it. You're getting nothing but sliders. You messed up. You can at least got a base hit.
2-2 again, and that's going to miss. He dropped the bat. It was ball 3. He was about to head to first base. Quickly tell me the Jim Rice story. You hit one pitch went inside on his hand?
I threw a fastball and it hit. I thought it hit the knob of the bat. I go, that ball hit the bat, and he screamed at me. He goes, no, it didn't. I go, I'm sorry, sir. Take first base. My bad. You can take second while you're at it.
Yes, all yours, Mr. Rice. There's the 3-2, and that is in there for strike 3.
Oh, tap.
Did not do it, and caught looking for out number 3. This special weekend across America, we're proud to participate in MLB Star Spangled Sunday, presenting this final game of the day to the nation on NESN and the networks of NBC Sports. And to provide additional perspective on tonight's game, we welcome into our broadcast booth longtime Angels analyst Mark Gubas. A long throw by Durbin, and a pick, and got him at first. Contreras hangs on. Hoppy out on a terrific play by the cornermen for the Red Sox for out number 1.
Wait, third, I need some help on this one, right? This one's in between. It's a backhand in between Hop. I can come get this and maybe try to pick it, but he stays back. All the momentum going to left. I got to get rid of it, and I need some help. And that's exactly what Contreras gives me. That's a beautiful in-between pick.
It's not an easy scoop at first base either. That's one of those little tough hops, too,
Yeah.
the short hop. That's a long throw. That's in the outfield grass.
Josh Lowe here as he'll cut and miss for a strike.
You're right, in between, right? That short hop's the one you expect your first baseman to get. That one there, that's a pleasure.
Is that a catcher making that scoop over there? I mean,
Sure
that's
is.
former catcher. I mean, that's what the thing is. You're always like he always has his body in position to be able to square up his shoulders to scoop a ball like that.
Well, you read scouting reports, you hear from scouts, you talk to people, you're like, yeah, he's pretty good over there. He's been way better than that for the Red Sox at first base. Way better.
And you know that catching background, sometimes he'll go out to the mound himself and kind of recognize a moment to go and talk to a pitcher because of that catching background.
That's big too, to be able to have that, because sometimes the game gets real fast on you on the mound.
1-2 on the way to Lowe, fouled away. And Neto, the top of the order next for the Angels. Red Sox in front 5-3. Halo struck first for pair in the first inning. Red Sox came back and tied it. Angels retook the lead 3-2 in the second. Then the Red Sox had a 3-run homer out of Contreras to take the lead. That'll be rolled foul. Ranger Suarez departing in the third inning because of injury. We're awaiting an update on the lefty status and exactly what happened. 2, and Weiser gets another foul ball.
With this arm angle too, even for a left-handed batter too, because it runs away from you too, the way he throws it.
Well, you kind of last year really brought this changeup into play to kind of give something to that lefty, because it's a tough right-handed at bat.
1-2 on the way. Well, the Twins beat the Yankees again today. 6-1 the final score. It's been a dreadful run for the Yankees, who have lost 9 of their last 11.
And you know when they lose to the Twins, it's going bad, because they've owned the Twins for about 20 years now.
So true. Tampa Bay keeps on rolling along. And that's going to miss.
Caminero is unreal. He is crushing everything.
At 45 last year, looks like he's going to top it this year.
22 years old. Like he and Yandy Diaz. A little side order of Aranda. Everybody else sort of does their job.
Caminero's turning into a superstar. Fouled off into the stands.
So I wanted to ask you, you talk about that arm angle from Weiser. Last night you kind of noticed it's been dropping and dropping. We kind of pulled some numbers here. As the year started, he was at 17 degrees. He's kind of gone to 14. And last month he was at 10. It's getting lower and lower intentionally. This year.
When I look at that, I see against the left-handed bat, it's going towards the end of the bat, so it's tough to really get the barrel and square it up. And as a right-handed batter, boy, you're thinking, okay, that ball's got a good chance going right at my hip from that arm angle. So there's not many guys that throw from that arm angle now. That's why I think it's more effective from there.
2-2, got him to go, struck him out. 93 away from Josh Lowe, and he fans 2 away.
Dennis, he sort of just runs this sinker right up and away. You're right, just a tough little angle. He kind of chases this thing, but you really see it on the sweeper against righties. It's like it gets even lower. This is this season.
That's unreal.
So I wanted to ask you, a pitcher, like, it is intentional. It's not like an injury, right?
The key to be able to be successful at that is you got to have great balance on your lower half. Because this, by throwing that and dropping your arm like that, okay, that's fine. But if you don't have your lower half working with your arm angle, there's going to be some pitches let flat over the plate, and it's going to be hit hard. So lower half, it's really been big for him when you drop your arm at that angle.
One thing too you notice is I think it even drops down even more on that little sweeper that we just saw. I think as a hitter, sometimes you got to be careful because I might be able to see that, right? If it's a little bit lower, but just trying to give guys different look. Maybe he feels more comfortable, but I was wondering how hard that must be throughout a season, a single season, to do this.
You got to do a lot of work on flat ground first before you get on the incline of the mound and be able to have that balance in the lower half to be able to be successful with it.
Well, trying to get Zach Neto here, who's been troubled tonight for Boston, a single and a double. Bases empty, 2 down. Red Sox leading the Angels 5-3 in the 4th. Downstairs a ball.
And you know, Zach Neto, because of that play he didn't make earlier, he wants to do something special here. He's already had 2 base hits and has scored a run and drove in a run, but he wants to do something special here now.
Weisert's 1-2 by him for a strikeout, and he gets him 1-2-3 in the 4th inning.
The MLB app has you covered all season long. Get personalized highlights and push notifications just for you. Download the MLB app, the #1 app for live baseball. And Wilson Contreras continues to make an impact right now with the Red Sox. But as you mentioned, OB, as he awaits word on his appeal to Major League Baseball early next week. We were there yesterday when Wilson spoke to a small group of us about the perceived all-star snubs of he and Sonny Gray, and then followed that with an emotional, tearful apology that came unprompted. The interview was over when Wilson said he wanted to say something else on the record through the Sox media relations and translator Davison Perez, where he was moved to tears, saying he wanted to apologize for all the events last week with the Yankees and Nationals. He said they may not understand why I'm apologizing, but it's important for me to do so because those situations could have been avoided, controlled, and handled better. He finished with saying, "I'll prove myself with my actions on the field moving forward and show the kind of person that I truly am."
You know, one thing we've noticed, Jemai, since the comments and the emotional reaction yesterday, everything that happened last week, when he's hit a home run, we're getting a chance to see that here twice in Anaheim. It's not the elaborate bat flip. It's just sort of shucking the bat. It was a very traditional one the last time up, just sort of toss the bat. So maybe mindful that that's inciting some teams. Ground ball toward the hole, and a nice pick there by Guzman. And the throw takes Grissom off the bag, but he gets the tag down, and 2 fast outs for the Red Sox. And back to his home run from earlier tonight.
Yeah, his impact on the field has been fantastic. Mark, you were talking about how you pitched angry. That's just who this kid is, and I love the experience. I love the energy that he brings. I mean, he's been pretty vocal about his roots and how he had no other option for his family to play baseball when he came from Venezuela and had nothing. And every day he plays, I've said this before, like he plays like someone's taking the game from him. And I respect the heck out of that.
100%. I love the edge he plays, but I love the edge he plays with.
And I know guys playing against him don't.
You know, he's powered by T-Mobile at Challenger.
He gets under their skin in years past in the National League. But I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
I don't think you need to make friends on the other side, though. I don't think.
No.
But it is interesting. He's been introspective about this. And there are some things apparently he would like to kind of even out with his own reactions to things. And can't you still play with the same fire and the same passion that he does, and maybe kind of level a few things out?
Yeah, no question. I think sometimes when you get so much of an edge, you can get yourself out at the plate or make a play on the field you wouldn't normally make because you have such energy going. But sometimes you just kind of channel that in there as much as possible to use it in the right direction.
He's too valuable a guy to the Red Sox. He has to be in the game. He has to not get thrown out. High fly ball into left center off the bat of Yoshida, and Siri will make the catch. And Fermin gets the Red Sox 1-2-3. Inning 5 powered by Salem 5 Bank. Red Sox have been forced into the bullpen because Ranger Suarez had to leave in the 3rd inning with an undisclosed injury. Still waiting for an update on that. Weiser just pitched, and now the hard-throwing Guerrero will make an appearance. He'll get 2, 3, and 4. That is Guzman, Grissom, and Soler for the Angels. Red Sox ahead 5-3. Great to have you with us on a Sunday night in beautiful Southern California.
Here comes 100. Slider split. This kid has been good. 35-year-old. Spent time in the minors. Shows up. Man, his last 13 appearances, give up 1 earned run.
I mean, he looks like he's 12 feet tall on the mound too, working downhill. That's why I was so impressed by Bennett the other day. His extension, basically 7 feet 1 inch when he released the baseball. So that 92, 94 was playing upper 90s.
What if you throw 99 with 7-1? That's what he has.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. He's got good extension too.
This kid, it's just easy. You look up, you see 99. His biggest thing, he was in with the Marlins, went overseas, walked a house first time in the big leagues, and lately he's just been pounding the strike zone with good stuff.
He has admitted being around Aroldis Chapman has made a big difference.
I can imagine, because that, you know, a lot of times you don't trust your fastball here. Everyone thinks you got to spin everything. And a good friend Jim Palmer said the best pitch in baseball is still a well-located fastball. When you're throwing 99 with that extension, why not use it like Chapman has done throughout his career?
2-2 to Guzman, missing downstairs. Guzman with a base hit and a run. 1 for 2 tonight. 22-year-old from the Dominican Republic.
But if he gets on base, this an opportunity to be able to steal the bag. You got to start putting some pressure on the Red Sox now if you're the Angels.
Payout pitch. And a check swing he did not offer, and that's ball 4.
As you can see, that's a longer throwing motion and a little higher leg kick, so you feel you have a chance to steal the bag here.
And that's his first walk in his last 13 appearances.
Which is a major change for him, where his career was going before. That'll send up Vaughn Grissom, who has struck out and grounded out. So the leadoff man aboard for the Angels. And Vaughn will take one downstairs. Ball 1. Red Sox off to Chicago. The Angels headed for Texas.
This is a spot where Vaughn Grissom's been real good, looking for a fastball now for a guy who needs to throw a strike out over the plate, and he can hit the right center.
100 on the nose there, foul tip.
Just that long leg kick and long arm action. Pretty slow to the plate.
Yes.
If Guzman wants this.
He's got good speed too.
He's holding on the infield, hit gently. Durbin will cut it off and get it over there in a stretch, hanging onto the bag. Contreras for the out. Down to second base goes Guzman with 1 away.
He's already made about 3 already good stretches over there at first base. It saved what could possibly be a big inning going against the Red Sox with his defense at first.
He continues to do a nice job, and really these 3 infielders haven't really worked much together, right? And that's why you're seeing a lot of guys almost getting in zones, getting each other's way. Chang hasn't played much third. This is a ball that somebody else out there with Durbin knows he's going to cut this ball off. He has good range on that.
How do you stop that too, as far as guys not? I mean, we're seeing so often in baseball guys playing so many different positions.
Yeah, and as an infielder, I always have to keep my head in a swivel as far as where everyone's playing, right? So if I know the third baseman's kind of tight to me, he's probably going to cut that ball off, or the second base, because everyone's shifted over now. You really have to pay attention where everybody is, especially if they haven't played with each other.
So they're 0 for 2. Wraps that one to third. Big bounce for Durbin. Runner holding at second. And 2 gone. So Soler unable to drive in that run. Peraza will be next. So far tonight, he's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks.
Durbin's been busy at third base today. You figure that was going to be the case if Suarez was still in the game. He's been busy throughout.
One thing with that kid, even in a year when he was hitting a 160 at end of May, plus defense at third, and that's not easy when you're struggling at the plate in a new environment.
Hard to hit anything past him. He's built like a wrestler. So a man in scoring position for the Angels. Guzman with the lead.
We talk about defensive run saves. Leads the American League, second only to Chapman. Wow. Out in San Fran. He can play it over there.
Angels trying to get on the board for the first time since the second inning. And Guerrero gets a foul ball.
So I know you're with this team all the time. We came in after you guys played Yankee Stadium. Booney was talking about this kid. Yeah. He killed them. Trout
yes,
did too, but he
crushed him there.
Did.
He had a little edge going, thinking the Yankees gave up on him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always crushed left-handed pitching, but he's been a much better job against righties.
Fouled off to hang in there.
Good glove, can run. He's got 9 stolen bases. He's a good all-around player. Getting an opportunity to get a lot more at bats. He wasn't going to get that with the Yankees.
Just said, boy, Oswald came in here and just tore us up.
2 down, a man leading at second.
Well, yeah, in batting practice, you see that truck out there in left center field. He broke the windshield of it in batting practice one day. Wow. We were looking like, oh, he's got some pretty good power, because that is way out there.
Oh, that's over 390 point. Yeah, that left center.
What a shame. It's a good looking rig too.
Yes, he got the windshield. It was broken there for a long time last year. They fixed it up now.
They moved back just a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
Right?
10 feet. 1-2. Again, spoiled it. Got another 100-mile-an-hour sinker.
I don't know what you do with that pitch right there. I mean, all you can do is just hope to hit it on the ground and find a hole. You got a little bit more room on the right side of the infield. If you can, it's hard to just be able to stay back. I mean, 100 plus is going to allow you to stay back. So you just got to try to punch out to the right side to get it through the hole.
Guerrero looking for a K to end the inning. Instead, another one, squib foul.
Well, he got a 52% ground ball rate, so he's elite to go with that 34% K rate. So it's one or the other a lot of times.
That's why, as a third baseman, you know, as much as a sinker ball, you love the shortstop. I always love the third baseman who can make a play, because throwing that sinker down and in a righty, it's going down to third base a lot.
He'll try the 1-2 pitch again to Peraza. Swing and a miss. He finally put him away with a slider down into the dirt. That'll strand one. It's still 5-3 Boston.
Ranger Suarez, guys, left in the third inning. We watched him grimace all the way down the stairs of the dugout after that awkward hop on that Joe Adell infield single. The Red Sox tell us that he left with left adductor tightness. Not sure how that affects the pitcher going forward, Gooby.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, anytime, especially on the left side there, when you're following through, that's when you want to get out in front of you, over your front leg. And when that's not working for you, the back leg, that could lead to some other problems. So it's a wise decision by him and the team to be able to say, that's it. Don't want to risk any more discomfort going forward.
So on to the 6th inning, 5-3 Boston. Red Sox have already lost Connolly early, of course.
But he's seen how many pitchers injured. It's so hard to see that. So many great ones out there too.
Durbin will ground that one to the second baseman. He is 0 for 2 tonight. One out in the Red Sox 6th.
You know, Ranger had a little hammy issue earlier, hamstring, but he never went in the IL. He just might have been like day 10. He might have just pushed everybody because of some off days. Sonny did the same thing on the hamstring as well, but it was the quick 15-day. He was right back right away, and we'll see what happens, whether he needs an IL or not. But I tell you, the All-Star break does help. He can reshuffle the rotation coming out of it. It's a short stint.
Yeah, you got those 4 off days now in the All-Star break. It used to be 3 and ready to go, but yeah, the 4 days really helps out.
Jarren Duran, a 2-run homer in the second inning. He's also struck out tonight, and that's the difference in the ball game. The adductor muscles, a group of 5 medial thigh muscles, primarily responsible for hip adduction, as according to my Google research.
So you play a doctor on TV?
I have been known to on occasion, Gooby. Please, no lawsuits.
You're like a Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood.
That's right. Dr. Feelgood. I bet you had a few of those in your playing days.
Yes. From backing up bases mostly.
Narvaez on deck and in for strike.
Another 3-0 take. Jaron. Last time he took a 3-0 pitch down the middle. It's the last fastball he saw.
Yes.
We'll see what Fermin can do to him.
And he likes his slider too, so you might see a 3-1 slider.
And going to walk him. He's been taking his walks here.
Yeah, and that was a good one too, because the changeup, right? At least pitch recognition. You know, some guys just don't want to swing 3-0. It's like a mental thing, but I think if you visualize a 2-0 pitch, but I put a lot of guys that just don't want to do it.
Mike Trout is one that doesn't do it a whole lot, and I remember every once in a while he does, and when he does, he crushes it. But he's not comfortable doing so.
Yeah.
Well, Narvaez is 0 for 2. He's flied out on 2 occasions, and I got to be honest with you, the Red Sox have played very well in this series. They could sweep the Angels, but coming here to Anaheim and not getting to see Mike Trout feels like a bit of a ripoff.
Yes,
it does, because you're talking about now a 12-time All-Star, 3-time MVP, and the ability to change the game, his presence. But in the batter's box in a big moment, if you're a baseball fan, you have to miss Mike Trout when he's on it.
And I remember the first day of spring training when he was back out in center field. I said my first thing, I said, obviously for an Angel fan, you love it. I said for a baseball fan, having Mike Trout playing the game of baseball with that fire he had in spring, that's what it's all about. And I've been lucky. I've seen every single game he's played, and each time I scratch my head going. I remember the first comparisons, Mickey Mantle, and then you're seeing numbers like Joe DiMaggio, Ricky Henderson, all these numbers, and just the way, I mean, but yet you talk to him, it's a, hey, what's going on? You know, he's just a normal guy. He was so excited because now his 2 boys get to go watch him play in an all-star game in Philly.
How old are his kids?
They're 5 and 2.
So we got little guys, but what a throw for him.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the reasons he wanted to participate in Home Run Derby too. Right? Just so the boys could see it, so his family could see it.
I'd say with Mike Trout, and I said this from the other coast, after what, first 7-8 years, he's on path to be the greatest ever. And he was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that simple, it's factual. It just the injuries. But the first 7 or 8 innings, when you look at that career he had,
Unbelievable.
I mean, it was, if he kept doing it for another 5, 6, whatever.
Ground
on that
ball
path.
at third, and off the glove of the third baseman Guzman. The throw to first is in time.
A double play ball here, unless it's going to be interference at second.
Yeah, they're going to send him back.
How about that play there at first base, though, to get it out?
He'll be awarded third base. So they do get the second out off the deflection off of Guzman's glove because Narvaez was erased at first. Take a look.
This is off that glove, and probably anybody else kind of running down that line, he probably would have been safe there. Duran knew it right away. The interference was called around in second. You see the runner right there. That Peraza kind of in his way. He'll be at third base here with 2 outs.
By the way, that quick release transfer for Neto was outstanding.
To get that out. A bunt attempt and fouled away by Chang, who's already bunted his way on for a hit.
That was a great play by Neto. It's just heads up. That's, there's guys that, you've seen the same thing, Lou. I mean, like the Omar Vizquel's, the guys at Andrelton Simmons, just the instincts they have to be able to react and make plays. You're like, how did you even think of that?
Bill Guzman out, too.
Yeah.
0-1 late on the swing.
I had to play with Omar, too, in Cleveland 1 year. It was fantastic, but bails Guzman out. And then this is a back pick, too. Not like it popped in the air. He's able to barehand it. He had to pick this thing, transfer to the hand. Strong throw.
Chang takes it up high, 1-2. Five runs, 6 hits for the Red Sox, 3 runs on 6 hits for the Angels. In the last game, and he held up 2-2.
How about that? Almost had a double play on that ball. Could you imagine that one? A little interference at second base by Peraza, but you're living right if you're a pitcher. You get a double play on that ball.
That's true. 2-2, and rattle foul. Top of the order, Siegler would be next.
Everyone the extra out so far that the Red Sox have gotten in this game, they've made them pay.
Yeah.
Well, none bigger than the 3-run homer by Contreras in the 3rd inning. Right on the heels of an error. Had that play been made by the shortstop, the inning would have ended right there.
Yeah, and even go back to the first. You mentioned that Yoshida single. Peraza maybe just didn't get down. I think it went as a hit. We've seen this over the years. Like, a lot of plays go as a hit. But the guys on the field at this level should be made. They know it, right?
Yeah. And Peraza is so good. His defense, whether they have him at shortstop or second base or third base, and he'll say the same thing. That's a play I always make.
Yeah.
Red Sox have activity in the bullpen. The lefty Coulomb has just gotten up. Duran at third and 2 down. And a wave and a miss and a pitch down to the dirt. O'Hoppe will collect it and complete the strikeout. Red Sox get a man to the hot corner, but strand him there.
To win trips to all 30 stadiums, the views, the food, the vibe. Begin your journey to 30. Enter now.
Last half of the 6th inning, 5-3. Red Sox leading the Angels. Dave O'Brien, Mark Ubiza, Lou Merlone, and Jemai Webster with you from the Big A. Joe Adell gets in, looks at his strikes. Had a good night with a pair of hits. And then Siri and then O'Hoppe in a tight one here in Southern California. Guerrero, second man out of the pen. And a ground ball to his left. It'll be Chang, who's been a good fielder. Took a little hop there, but made the play. And 1 down.
Even though he's had 2 hits in the game, he hasn't hit anything real hard yet today, Joe. And we're so used to seeing him hit rocket after rocket, but a lot of baseballs on the ground. Last year, in the month of June, he really got hot, hit 11 home runs. And he started that way in the month of June. This year, he had 4 or 5 early, but then a lot more baseballs on the ground and not quite getting in the air where he could create that backspin to go a long way.
Yeah, 37 home runs last year. Siri has fanned and popped up 0 for 2. Angels try to come back tonight and snap a 5-game losing skid, trying not to make it 6 straight. And a high chop. Durbin charging in from the grass. 2 up and 2 down.
It's one of those smart decisions to go in there and get to that ball. If he gets one more hop, there's no way they're throwing out Siri running down the line.
Looked like he kind of angled himself too. I know those lights sometimes are positioned just the way he went after it. That high hop sometimes getting these lights over that on deck circle, first base side.
Logan O'Hoppe, a base hit and a run. 1 for 2 tonight. He took a foul ball off the mask on Friday night. It really rung his bell. He was forced out. He crumbled at home plate, tried to stay in. Eventually he came out. He did pass the protocol for a concussion getting back in tonight, but that was a little scary.
Yeah, and I talked to him about that because when I was pitching, I didn't remember many foul balls hitting the catcher's mask. Because when Soriano or when Jack Johannes was there, sinker ballers. No, it's because all the 4-seam fastball, the high fastball, so it's straight back, boom, off the mask. So every one of the, you think about how many times you've been hit, all of them have really been the guys that throw that hard 4-seam fastball upstairs.
On the infield, little looper caught by Ziegler, and a good inning for Guerrero. He gets him in order.
Ball is baseball's global youth initiative to highlight the fun and accessible ways to play our great game. You can learn more, including how to find a league near you. Just scan the QR code or go to playball.org and follow @playball on X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Great job on that, Reed. Way to go.
Appreciate it.
He is, as we say, a professional.
He is. So
a lot of years on radio. A lot of reads.
Chase Silseth coming out of the bullpen for the Halos. He has a 2.20 ERA when he pitches here at the Big A this year.
yeah, it's already his 40th game. You talk about a guy with an edge. He's got an edge working.
Top of the order in Ziegler as we move on to the 7th. 5-3 Boston.
Saw him last night. It was impressive. An inning, struck out a couple, just took 11 pitches.
Firm fastball, can get up to 96, 97 range. He'll throw that splitter, and he also has a good sweeper.
Ziegler with strikeout and a pair of flyouts. 0 for 3. The Tarps off guys are back in the upper deck and right. The We've been doing a lot of soccer chants, a lot of USA, USA. United States to play, of course, on Monday against Belgium. A fortuitous ruling to bring a very dangerous striker back onto the pitch for the United States.
Oh yeah, he's been unreal for him too.
Flow's been great, and getting back for that one. These guys have been terrific up here throughout the series.
A little smaller here tonight. There's a couple sections the other night.
Yes,
a lot of people.
It's a work night. Rafael on deck.
Maybe we can get the court or arbitrator that took care of that red card and maybe show up at Contreras' case maybe tomorrow.
Right.
Maybe help him out.
He'll feel much better. Not a chances, that's for sure.
To get rid of that 7 game.
Yeah, book a flight to New York. Put in a word in there for a strike. 5-3 lead here for the Sox. Starting to get late. And a little bit later for the Angels at the moment. And the 3-2 from Silseth. Fouled off.
Yeah, you're as an Angel and an Angel fan, you're just thinking, you got to find a way to score, so keep it close here. Obviously, put up 0, but get some runs before that future Hall of Famer is closing it out.
Aroldis Chapman.
Yes.
Would be available to work tonight. He has pitched in the series. He pitched in game 1. And a liner into left field, sinking down for a base hit. So Ziegler leads off the 7th inning with a knock. Hey, CBS is proud to be a part of Red Sox Nation and all the communities we call home, delivering trusted care, everyday essentials, and support that goes beyond the prescription. Learn more at CBS.com.
They got Whitlock out there in that pen for the Red Sox too, given where they are in the order, low and then top. Neto, very dangerous hitter. Most of the time Witt will get the 8th, but given where you are in this lineup, no need to hold him for the 8th. Get in the top.
Yeah, go for that high leverage spot.
Raffaello 0 for 3. Couple of strikeouts. Had kind of a weird night defensively and offensively.
Let's keep an eye on Silseth. He has a really good quick pickoff move.
And the 0-1 runner holding. Little pop on the infield. That's going to drop down on the grass. Kind of died there, and no play at first. Peraza tried to make one, but no chance. Just died on the grass. First and second for Boston.
A little night savers there, avoiding 0 for 3s and 1 for 4s. You know, there's a part of me thinking, okay, you're up a couple of runs. I wouldn't mind seeing a bunt, right? Move a runner, just go up 3, get those extra runs late. Not sure you're going to do it here with Abreu.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to get the job done. Ends up getting a knock out of it.
Tell you what, you can't hit a better shot even at the U.S. Open to be able to stop that on the green.
Couldn't have thrown it there better.
No.
Like a Mickelson lob.
Abreu 0 for 3s, reached on an error. That was a key play in the 3rd inning. They kept alive that frame, got the inning to Contreras, and he crushed a 3-run homer. That lifted the Red Sox into the lead they have right now in the 7th. 2 base runners for him, Ziegler and Rafaela. Nobody out. Red Sox knocking on the door again. Fouled away by Willier.
We were talking about playing that small ball, right? Just that this isn't the part, right? Abreu will never bunt. Plus, I don't want him to walk Contreras, even if he did his job, right? But if you do lose this man, I think up and down this lineup, yeah, you're up 2. Try to make it 3. Good things happen when you play the game the right way.
Silseth's thinking the mindset, you know, Abreu's rolled into 7 double plays. That's what I got to try to get a ground ball to Peraza.
Play on at second, but can't get him. Back in Ziegler.
Sometimes that's not necessarily, you love to be able to get the pick off, but you're just trying to shorten up a secondary lead to be able to have a better chance. If something's in the outfield, we'd have a play at the plate.
And the 1-1 from the righty. Runner at second. Ziegler running now. A double steal as a strike. Allows both runners to pick up an extra base. Ziegler into 3rd. Rafaela into 2nd.
Ziegler really kind of after that first look really started hopping, and he just didn't give him another one. Rafael does a nice job of seeing it too to get to 2nd, keep away from that double play. Now they're going to bring the infield in, and it's like you just move the runners over the bunt without putting one down.
1-2. And fouled off.
The key always there is to vary your look to second base. You can't get shoehorned into that thing where you just look once and boom. And then they'd be able to see that, and then boom, they're able to go as soon as you turn your head back towards the plate.
Now you need contact, right? This is where Abreu against righties has gotten long. You got to shorten this thing up and try to hit a 3-run bomb. Get the ball in the air.
Salcedo working in their pen, and that'll miss up high. But you got the right hand hitting Contreras on deck.
This is where you think a splitter you're going to throw right now, but I think he can go right back upstairs because he is looking splitter right now.
Well, for the Angels, the Wolf is really at the door here in the 7th inning right now. With 2 men in scoring position, they're already down 2.
You notice, Lou, when you see a pitcher throw a high elevated pitch, don't you always think something secondary down low? So you can have an easier take on it.
Changing eye level.
Yep.
Heat her up, go to that split down. He just went to the breaking ball down there, and this is not a give-in pitch by any means. You mentioned that split sweeper. Especially with that base open, you take a shot here for the strikeout if you can.
3-2 to Abreu. Swinging a high fly into right center field, covering the ground. Siri moving over. He makes the catch, tagging up Ziegler. He is in to score, and the Red Sox grab another one on a fly out by Wilyer Abreu.
I'm a little worried about that tag up. Siri, elite arm in center field, big arm in center field, and he just sort of gave up on that.
Yeah, because I mean, especially when you got some momentum with a possibility, because you don't want to give up any more runs here if you're the Angels, especially they've been struggling over the last 5-6 games as far as scoring runs.
Take it if you're Wilyer.
As long as you make that throw low enough where you can keep the guy at second by the cutoff man, but he's got that kind of arm that could do that.
So 6-3 Sox here as Contreras can do a little more damage. He jumps away. He's cracked a 3-run homer tonight. Trying to pick up another RBI. And if he can do it right now, it'll be his 60th of the first half. With Rafaela, the base runner.
Now he has that spin back there. Has he varied his look back there? Is it just one look and then spin back, or this is how a good base runner will time that? He just looked that one strike. He just looked that one time. As soon as you see that head turn, boom, you're going. As Ricky Henderson always said, the easiest bag to steal is third base, especially if a pitcher doesn't vary that look back to second.
1 man away, 1 ball, 1 strike on Contreras. Breaking ball didn't snap much inside. Well, the group in upper right field has added maybe 40 or 50.
Oh, it's getting bigger.
Growing by the minute, getting louder by the minute.
Seeing more people walk up there too to join.
Yeah. To fill that corner. 2-1, cut on and missed, and even up on Wilson. So the Red Sox with a 6-3 lead. They have out hit the Angels 8-6.
So he's hit a changeup out and a fastball out so far in the series. I got to go my sweeper here.
That's a lot of guys do attack him, right? Show the sweeper in the zone, break it off. I think they freeze him too at the front door one because he's so far over the plate.
2-2. He's running full.
That's where he's gotten in trouble with ABS. He's so far over the plate, they throw that front door breaking ball. It looks into him because he dives in. Ends up being a good part of the plate for a strike.
3-2 as the USA chants are in full throat. And it's inside for ball 4. Sox have their 3rd base runner of the inning. That'll put man at first and second. Yoshida the batter, and it's going to be Mike Maddox, the pitching coach, marching out to the hill.
He's done a real nice job, especially when you think of the starting rotations. They're fabulous. And his conversation always is, hey, you're 1 pitch away from out of this inning. Because sometimes as a pitcher, like you're trying to throw so hard, that's when you make a mistake. That's when it flattens out. And you just think, all right. He's a big believer in the changeup too. He's huge with that. If something off speed to get a hitter out in front and rolled over.
You know, first off, he's a great pitching coach. It's funny you talk about that changeup. We play Tampa, and they throw a changeup more than anybody in the game. And it was funny. I was talking to Brian Anderson, does the games for them, and he's like, well, think about it. They'll hit off the machine so often. And the machine can do spin, so you can hit breaking ball, sliders, and fastballs. There isn't a machine to hit a changeup. Guys don't practice it, right? So it's a good pitch, always has been, and now it's kind of coming back into the game.
So the Trax machines, they don't throw?
Well, Trax is different, but you don't always have it on the road.
Yeah.
You have your machines on the road at home. Not every team really has them. I'm not even sure, but.
Masataka, 2 singles and a fly out. He is 2 for 3. Red Sox can really put a stranglehold on this with an extra base hit right now.
It's funny when you look on, say, Baseball Savant, you look at how hitters have done against all speed pitches. Everyone's hit about 100. And a lot of punch outs.
And a line drive base hit into left field. That drops down. Cedon hitting third. He's rounding. He's going to score without a play. Red Sox with their 3rd hit in the inning and now on top 7-3. Yoshida with a nice night, his 3rd single.
A big couple runs here in this 7th inning. You know, because you're trying to stretch out a bullpen. You know, with Whitlock coming in the 7th, who has the 8th, probably Slayton, and now you got a little more wiggle room. But Massa just takes this heater in her half, doesn't try to pull it, stays back, using the whole field. Soft enough, Rafael is scoring easy.
Red Sox by 4. Durbin the batter. 0 for 2 tonight.
And one thing I noticed even when doing research for this series against Red Sox, they do a good job of not striking out a whole lot. And then when you look at, especially for the starters for the Angels, the teams they've had a tough time, even with Reed Detmers on the mound the other day, is, you know, the Tampas and the Torontos that put the ball in play. And when you do that, those baseballs can find the outfield grass, just like that one did there.
I don't think there's any doubt the Red Sox have been better at that lately.
Better, because the first month it was we're getting 10, 12 punchies a game, and more importantly, men on third, 1 out, no outs.
Well, 2 base runners here and only 1 out in the inning, and 2 more runs in to take a 7-3 advantage. Red Sox eyeing a sweep in Anaheim. The USA chants all around the ballpark.
Just want to be part of it. The parents won't let him go up in the right field corner, so we'll do it right in our seats.
But Jimmy, you can take your shirt off, okay?
Yeah,
and your brother can too.
Yeah, you got good seats down there. That's up there pretty far.
Right. 2-1. Good cut, fouled away. And Mom and Dad said put it back on. Okay. That's the end of that.
You made the TV broadcast. Put those shirts back on.
We get more people now. We got 3 sections. We had a section and a quarter earlier.
Runners lead at 1st and 2nd, and the 2-2. Pop foul back into the seats. Now the big hits tonight. Jaron Duran, 2-run homer. Wilson Contreras, a 3-run homer. Red Sox have really used the home run to their advantage in this series in a big way, which has been so nice to see. Here comes the 2-2. And a swing and a miss to strike him out. 2 gone.
I think that's going to be it.
Here comes Suzuki. Angels manager to make a move right here with Jaron Duran due up. So it'll be Salcedo coming in. We'll take the break for the pitching change as well. The Red Sox starting to break away, leading at 7-3 in the 7th. It's our strong play of the game presented by New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Got the Red Sox on the board here. You're down 2-0. Duran has looked a lot better here in this series, seeing the baseball, making some contact, drawing his walks. He hit that ball a very long way to get the Sox on the board.
His 13th of the year. He's also taken ball 4. He walked twice last night. Taylor Saucedo coming out of their bullpen. They just recalled him from the minor leagues today. Native of Honolulu, Hawaii. They made a roster move 1st and 2nd. 2 down as he wails away and comes up empty for strike 1.
You can't underestimate the power of the shutdown inning. When the Angels scored 2 in the bottom of the 1st and the Red Sox come right back and score 2, as a Red Sox, you feel you're right in the game. If you put up a 0, everything changes. And I've talked about the emphasis of that. Everyone goes, well, that doesn't mean a whole lot. It's huge when you have a shutdown inning.
Guzman looking for room, but it goes over the net.
To that point, Yeah, they came out and they put up 1 in the second to go up 3-2, and the Sox answered with 3.
Yep.
So both times the Angels have scored here, the Red Sox have countered.
Yep. And that's always been your mindset. It's supposed to be as a pitcher. I got to put up a 0 no matter what. I got to make quality pitches. My guys, my offense gave me run support. It's my job as a pitcher to put up a 0 and keep that momentum going on your side.
Well, Duran stepped up. Red Sox down 2 runs in the second inning and ripped that 2-run homer. Two, and he'll bloop that foul out of play.
Well, this kid is strong, though. Every time I see him when he swings the bat, he's got some bat speed. And look at his numbers. I'm thinking, how's that possible? Where he's hitting right now as far as batting average, because there's a lot of power in that swing.
Well, what you've seen here is a controlled Durant, and what we've seen even the month of June. He had a 395 OPS, which is, you know, he just a lot of strikeouts, the leg kick, just chasing and swinging. And here you've seen draw some walks, which is something. It's a good sign for Red Sox fans, because June it looked different.
And the lefty with the 0-2. Shattered bat, little roller in fair territory. The pitcher, Saucedo, didn't get him. And everybody's safe. The bases are going to be loaded. And Saucedo very slow to get up on his knees. That bat went in about 100 pieces.
Hopefully he's okay. Grabbing that knee. I'll say Duran, that's the energy and the effort he gives every night, but looks like he's actually getting up and he's going to be okay.
He's trying to walk it off. He knows how important it is. He got back here to the show. He doesn't want to have something derail that.
Yeah, literally just today. Back in a big league uniform. The manager, the pitching coach, everybody out to see if he can continue.
Knee going down. This is an awkward play too, right, for a pitcher.
Did everything he possibly could to make that a lot closer. And again, you look over, Vaughn Grissom hasn't played a whole lot of first base. I mean, it's a tough play as a first baseman also, but guys out of position there, it's a tough play as a first baseman.
It is. He's got to charge this thing hard, but it's got to be that first step. I got to come get it and try to tag Duran. But you know, not too many guys go down on one knee, get fisted like that, and get down the line. Usually that's I'll stay right where I am and just sort of jog down the line, because you take that swing, you get broken bat like that, you're down on one knee, it's tough to get out of the box.
And is that one instance where maybe it's okay to be diving to be safe at first base?
Personally, I think that is one time you could do that.
Because you're sort of diving out of the way, because you think he might try to tag you.
Right.
So you're trying to get out of the way of the scoop and tag.
I always think of Kenny Lofton that time with Cleveland.
And messed up his hand there. So the bases are loaded for Narvaez, who's gone 0 for 3. And takes ball 1. So Sato said he was okay to continue. 7-3 Boston. They have out-hit the Angels 10-6.
He's getting a couple big years in Seattle. Remember seeing him coming out of that bullpen, wasn't too friendly.
He hides the baseball well too. That's not going to work out well if it's a challenge.
Looks off.
Oh, Hoppy with the challenge, the catcher.
Catcher trying to help out his pitcher. Steal one.
Here's a ball.
The call is confirmed. Los Angeles is out of challenges.
So the Angels out of challenges. Narvaez the 8th man to hit in the inning.
It's a tough one too, out of challenges, especially when you're going to face Chapman at some point probably in this game.
Exactly. All loaded up for Boston. 2-1. Well, we're in the 7th inning. A hit here, and the Red Sox could put this game on ice. Sang-Chae Chang on deck. And the lefty home with a 2-1. So Contreras at third, Yoshida at second, Duran at first. And no place to put Carlos Narvaez. 2-2 now. And the string is out. Full count, 2 down, bases jammed.
That's the thing. You have some options too. You really don't have a whole lot of options with the bases loaded. Even though there's never really a fastball count. Normally, this would be a fastball count.
3-2. And struck him out. Side retire. Red Sox get a couple more, though. They lead at 7-3. On a special weekend across America, we're proud to participate in MLB Star Spangled Sunday, presenting this final game of the day to the nation on NESN and the networks of NBC Sports. And to provide additional perspective on tonight's game, we have welcomed in our broadcast booth Angels analyst Mark Goob, who's been at it a long time here for the Angels after a terrific major league career, an all-star. And tonight, not all smiles at the moment as his Halos are trailing here as we get late into the game.
Dave Lou, it's been a pleasure working with you tonight. And I go back to when you have that early lead, that mindset is that shutdown inning, and then you get another lead again and unable to have that shutdown inning, and you got to give the Red Sox a lot of credit. Durant and then Contreras, wow, he's Mr. 3-run home run, and it's been a tough one for the Halos here.
Now Garrett Whitlock appearing out of the bullpen. He'll get 9-1-2 here. 3-run shot again for Contreras for the second consecutive ball game.
Yeah, and the Sox down 2-0 early. We know what they are. They're 3-44 when they're down 2 at any point. But what's been missing, and the reason why you have that type of record, is the long ball. So you answer with a 2-run shot, 3-run shot, change the whole game.
I remember prepping. Everybody said, oh, they had not hit any home runs. I remember telling our producer, whoa, tap the brakes here. You don't want to talk about that too often. Throw that out there in the baseball universe, and boom. Yeah. What's that, 4 home runs for the Red Sox in this series?
Yes. Josh Lowe here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and then Neto, and then Guzman. Again, the Red Sox will probably hear on Monday from Major League Baseball about the appeal of Contreras' 7-game suspension from the dust-up with the Nationals last week. Right now it's 7 games. The hope is it'll be reduced at least. We'll find out. Foul tipped into the mid, right past him there. 95 miles an hour strikeout Low, 1 gone.
Well, you hate to lose him. But he's definitely done his part in this series. A couple 3-run homers have changed the game, 2 before in the first night. As Whitlock just continues to come in and do the job. We have a good fastball by him. You know, the thing I'm worried about the most is if it reduces to say 6, it's still the rest of until the All-Star break. And then you're talking about another 4 days off. I don't know how you felt coming out of the break. Maybe it's different for a pitcher. You get an extra day. But for hitters, 4 days is a long time. You give me 10 days off without facing a hit pitcher, kind of throws your timing.
That's all about. I mean, I really didn't like the All-Star break. I just wanted to keep going. I wanted to keep my rhythm going as far as pitching, playing catch, all those things to be ready to go in the second half.
Zach Neto, single and a double tonight. He's 2 for 3.
The same amount of suspension time for the pitcher in that incident too, right? That's why I don't quite understand that one. That's only missing 1 start as compared to 7 games.
Not really fair.
No.
I'm saying, you know.
Yep.
I understand he threw a helmet and can't do what he did.
Got him.
Slider there from Whitlock.
Back-to-back Ks for him.
3 pitches quick. But went out there, threw a helmet. I get it. But you give me 1 series off. Give me 3 games. He gets a couple extra days rest. All right. 7.
Guzman 1 for 2. He has a single and he's taking ball 4 tonight. Whitlock trying to zip through the 7th inning. 1, 2, 3. Going to go back to the 3rd inning. Last time the Angels had a hit.
That's one thing the Angels, I mean, they had coming into the series, they had won 4 straight home series. Tough one here.
Going to go fast here in the 7th in order.
Off day tomorrow, then this man here takes the mound Tuesday against the White Sox. His arsenal presented by New England area Audi dealers. You know, you got to bring that power fastball, right? 96, 97. You got the sinker, cutter, curveball, change up. Roughed up his last outing when he went 3 innings, gave up 6 runs. Hot day at Fenway Park. He's looking for a bounce back here on Tuesday night.
That'll be against the White Sox, who have been up there at the top of their division. Have been one of the great stories in baseball. Chang will lead things off against Mitch Ferris, the lefty.
Yeah, he has a real good changeup. He's picked up some velocity on his fastball, but his changeup is his go-to pitch. By the way, he's he's averaging over 71% fastball usage. Or is my math all right to be able to say that?
71. Sure.
Yeah.
Chang has 2 hits tonight, 1 a bunt. So he's 2 for 3. Is there a story out there? There was a time in your career, Gooby, when you were getting close to becoming a member of the Red Sox?
Yes. Yes.
Like in the late 90s?
Yes. I had been just retired, and one of my old teammates, Brett Saberhagen, who had a nice little run there with the Red Sox. I get a call, would you be wanting to make a comeback with the Red Sox? And I'm like, all right. I'm all right. I'm flying right now. And I remember going about 5 or 6 different times from coast to coast throwing. At that point, my arm was feeling good. There were some new routines that were going as far as getting my shoulder back to being strong. I said, if I get a chance to put the Red Sox uniform on, I'm there. And I remember walking around Boston, and who do I run into there?
Who'd you run into?
Peter Gammons.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And he goes, what are you doing here? I said, I'm enjoying myself. He goes, it's January. You're not enjoying yourself in Massachusetts in January. I'm just walking around. He goes, what are you doing? When are you coming back? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just feeling pretty good. It was close, real close to signing a deal at that point. And I decided at that point, I just had my 3rd child. And I said, maybe I'm better off just tapping out.
And that was it.
Yeah, but it's one of those things you just never want to. If somebody offers you a uniform, you're going. Always.
Ziegler with a routine fly to center, 2 up and 2 down. But I know how fond you are of the city and of Fenway Park and the organization and the guys you talked about that you pitched against over the course of your career. Had some great battles there in that ballpark.
Oh yeah, I loved it. I mean, just the atmosphere, and Jim Rice being in there in the clubhouse when I was working out. He goes, "Hey, what are you doing here?" I mean, I was like, "Jim Rice, oh my word, this is awesome." So I mean, it's that would have been a dream come true, and it was so close to happening too. I went and did an MRI. My shoulder was good enough to be able to try to get something out, and it was more of a situation, a minor league deal. And I said, I'm fine, but I wanted, just in case, that I'd be able to get out of there if the 30th there wasn't any room for me, but it wasn't going to be the case. So someone told me, okay, all right. But at least you had that adrenaline going where you might be able to fulfill a dream to be able to put that uni on.
Sure. 1-1, as they say, make them take the uniform off you, right? You make them tear it off you. I thought Dennis Eckersley had the greatest line. He said, when you're done, when you're really finished, your dad should come down from the stands, tap you on the shoulder, and say, son, it's time to go home.
Yeah.
I love that line. Neto throws over for out number 3 as the Red Sox go in order in the 8th. Red Sox 7 and the Angels 3 as we proceed to the bottom half of the 8th inning at the Big A. Time now for the Ford employee pricing call to the bullpen. Right-hander Justin Slayton. And he will become the 4th Red Sox reliever after the injury to Ranger Suarez very early in the game in the 3rd inning. Red Sox have had to piece it together, but they have been scoring runs here on the West Coast. It's happened again tonight. In for a strike on Grissom.
Slayton could kind of use a nice clean inning here. Really up and down the last few outings, giving up some hits. A power fastball, cutter, sweeper.
Grissom 0 for 3.
The Angels had a real tough time when they've had some games. It wasn't supposed to be a bullpen game, but it turned into a bullpen game. When they have those games going against them, they've had a tough time bunching hits together. I mean, they had some hits early against Suarez, who's a really good pitcher, an all-star. But after that point, since you go to the bullpen, arm after arm, different arm angles, different velocity, different spin, off speed, it's been a different story. I mean, think about hits, bunching them together after that.
You have 4 or 5 hit bats against all different guys. Game plan for one.
Well, this part of the order, 3, 4, 5, does not have a hit tonight. Not yet for the Angels. Popped up foul ground. Contreras over near the stands, lunging, can't get to it. And running right into a Red Sox fan, shaking a hand.
Hopefully that top of the order pretty soon is going to look a little different for the Angels, with Mike Trout possibly coming back on this next road trip, which would be huge for this offense.
Now he has hit right in the cage. He's been out here. How did he look to you?
Yeah, look, I mean, his hands were quick, and then running in the bases earlier today, cutting the corners. I've never seen anybody better than Trout, cutting corners and going angle to angle to be able to quicker to the bases than him.
Ground ball past the mound. Ziegler will get it there in plenty of time. and one away.
It was a couple years ago in spring. Lou, you would appreciate the same thing, Dave. They actually put marks on the corner of the bases. This is where Mike Trout touches the corner of the bases to go direct towards the base, which as a base runner, it's quicker, less steps. So they showed it, and they were all running the exact same thing that Mike Trout did. It was pretty amazing to see corner to corner to corner, straight line all the time, each base.
It's part of base runner, right? First to second or first to third. You don't add another 8-10 feet.
Soler 0 for 3. I remember early in his career when he was a base stealer too. You were like, it doesn't seem fair to hit for average, hit for power, you know, be the defender and be able to steal bases too. He was an absolute terror on the bases.
Yeah. That's why a lot of those comparisons with Ricky Henderson, although he had more power than Ricky Henderson, but it's the same dynamic, how you disrupt a pitcher, because he can hit it one out of the ballpark, but also if he's on base, he's at third base before you even blink your eye.
That's what those first 7-8 years were like. He was going to be MVP of the league. Somebody to do something historic to take it from him. When Miggy hit the Triple Crown.
Yeah, even when you look at, you look at WAR, Trout was like, beat him significantly in WAR that year. But you can't. Triple Crown, that's MVP.
And I had to say that too. I would have voted for Cabrera. Triple Crowns are so rare.
Yes.
Of course, we had one with Yaz, and then you go decades without seeing another one. It's just such an accomplishment. But fly ball into center field, right at St. Ann, barely has to move. And 2 down. I think America roots for him to go back to postseason play because he's only had it one time, right? And a guy that should have gone and played in October many years just hasn't happened with Mike. He's done everything else you can do in baseball.
Yes.
Except have a nice long run in the playoffs.
Yeah, you want him in the big dance. That's what you want. That's where you talk and measure a player in sports. Period. It's what you do in that time where everything is on the line, and there's something about that postseason, and so many conversations I've had with Trouty about that, saying how important would that be you can just see the smile on his face. He goes, I want to do this for the Angels in the worst way possible. I have to find a way to get my guys to perform at a higher level. I have to find a way to get this team back to the postseason.
So now 34 years old, Mike Trout going back to the All-Star game again for the 12th time. Done so many things, all you can do in the game, but seeing him in October, even playing in a World Series one day, if that could happen. Line shot into right field. That's Walton, who just got into the game. He'll drive that one all the way to the wall, heading to second base, and he'll be there with a stand-up double. That's their first hit since the 3rd inning.
I really like his swing. He reminds me a lot of Arondale with Tampa. It's where his hands are. He's so quick and direct to the baseball. Even though it's been a while since he's been up in major league level, but everything he hits is hard. How quick those hands are. There's not a lot of movement, not up and down. It's just direct to the baseball to make good contact.
Those are good at-bats. Meckler, the other lefty in that lineup last night.
So man in scoring position, 2 down for the Angels, and for Joe Adell, who's gone 2 for 3, pair of singles tonight. There are 2 out, and he committed on strike 1.
Yeah, I think the question outside looking in at the Angels, you look at Trout and listen, I love when guys play their whole career, finish their whole career, but there's always that discussion. Is he going to? Is he going to move to a contender and have that playoff experience?
Well, I will tell you this: when he's in Philly at the All-Star game, there'll be a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to be ready for that one there. It's going to be a lot of questions for Mike Trout in that one. As much as he's going to enjoy it, he's going to hear a lot of questions about Philly. But he's been so loyal to this organization. Played with George Brett. I know Cal Ripken Jr. so well. And there's something to be said, though, to play with that same team your whole career.
Well, of course, we had Kari Yastrzemski, a few other guys, but I mean, nobody played longer than Yaz did. And that identity will never fade with one organization. Cal with Baltimore, George Brett with Kansas City.
We showed Kirby Puckett on his name up there, and Joe Mauer in Minnesota. There's something to be said for that.
Line drive past the diamond Contreras. That's going to bring a run in. One will score. Adell with his 3rd hit tonight. As you said, it's not like he's torn the cover off it, but he has 3 hits.
Sometimes it's not how hard you hit, it's making contact and placing it at the right spot. But if you strike out, nothing. I mean, you can't do anything about it. It's making some contact.
Contact is king. Goes out and gets this too. A little sweeper off the plate. You're going to wake up and see 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs.
Yes, I hit nothing but rockets.
And then Rubeli out for a mound visit. Slayton got the first 2 guys pretty quickly, a ground out and a fly out, but then the double by Walton off the bench. And Aroldis is starting to move around.
So already now it's a save situation. Big man's getting ready. As soon as he saw that running, he's running to that pitcher's mound.
So Siri will be the batter with a man at first, 2 away. And Siri is going to be hit for. It's going to be Meckler to hit for him.
Boy, we mentioned it when he did in that first game. We made the diving catch, his first career home run off of Jacob deGrom, though, a 3-run blast.
That's one for your book.
Yes.
Get that guy. So pinch hitter on the left side with 2 down, a man at first. And a strike.
And his favorite player growing up, he had his posters all over his bedroom, was Mike Trout.
Sure.
Yes.
Of course it is.
That always makes you feel real young when somebody says that too, a teammate.
By the way, I think maybe 1 billion of those were sold. You know, you used to be able to walk to the press elevator here, and they had a giant mural of Mike Trout making a catch in Baltimore, where he was like 9 feet off the ground.
Yes.
I wish they had kept that, because it was a terrific display of his just pure athleticism.
Half his body over, and the crazy thing about that, all his family came down, most of them from Jersey. They were all sitting up in the stands there, and they went nuts for him right there too, in right center field. I mean, half his body over that wall.
It was an amazing catch. One of the best I've ever seen. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3, just overpowered him. But a run up there. The Angels get one back, 7-4 Boston. Statcast 3D powered by Google Cloud.
Well, down 3-2 in the third. This man gets up. It's a 3-run shot, 446 feet, 112 off the bat. It's good for his 20th of the year. And really, it's been a difference here in this game, the long ball from the Red Sox.
Yeah, that one swing of the bat after a play not made in the field, and all of a sudden a 3-run shot has been Red Sox ever since.
Home runs have made a giant difference for the Red Sox. They're bearing down on a sweep here, a 3-game sweep to start off this all-important road trip. Kirby Yates will take over on the mound. Lowe is the new center fielder. Meckler is the new left fielder. And Walton takes over at second base.
Kirby Yates just recently picked up his 100th career save. And then the very next day, Sammy Natera Jr. picked up his first. So within a 12-hour period. You don't see that too often. A guy gets his 100th career save, and then the next day, guy gets his first career one.
There are your defensive changes for the Halos. Into the 9th inning here at the Big A. Wilyer Abreu will lay off a pitch outside. Wilyer is 0 for 3 tonight. He did reach on an error in the 3rd inning. It was a key play because it kept the inning alive for Wilson Contreras, who would then smash a 3-run homer. Put the Red Sox on top. They have not relinquished the lead. And the lefty is up. The history-making Aroldis Chapman in the Sox pen.
Slightly different way about getting strikeouts to play Wilhelm, though. Just slightly different.
Yeah.
A knuckleball at about 1,000-mile-an-hour fastball.
Man, isn't that true? And, you know, Wilhelm in his day would work 2-3 innings, sometimes longer. Aroldis was one of the original guys. I'm coming in the 9th inning. You start me then. I'll get you 3 outs. Big swing and a miss, and down goes Abreu Hackett. 1 away. And Contreras will be next. And maybe this will be his last at bat for a while. We shall see with the looming suspension. If it is, he goes out with a bang. 3-run homer tonight. Hit a 3-run homer last night. Fouled at home plate, strike 1.
Pretty impressive, though, when you think about 20 home runs before the All-Star game. I know the season started a little earlier. There's a few more games than a normal rate in the middle part, but still 20 home runs before the All-Star game. And you still have some games left before that if he is indeed still able to play.
He's having a career year. One RBI shy of 60. Routine ground ball here to Neto. And 2 down.
That's the sound of the bat you prefer as compared to that 3-run home run sound off the bat.
I mean, career high 24 home runs for him, right? Like that's been his career high, and he's at 20 right now. And thought Fenway Park would be a good fit for him. I mean, he is on that plate looking to hit the ball in the air, pull side, and it's played out.
2 up, 2 down. Masataka Yoshida's looking for his 4th hit. He has 3 singles tonight, last of which drove in a run. He's not been in the lineup very much as of late, but the DH and batting 5th tonight. Red Sox ahead 7-4. Aroldis warming in the pen.
The Angels had a big comeback when he was with the Yankees. Jared Walsh hit a grand slam against him at Yankee Stadium. At that point, he never given up a grand slam to a lefty, and he got him that day. So there's been a little bit of success for the Angels against him. Not a lot. Not like anybody's really had a whole lot of success against him. But you do draw on something like that if success at some point with a swing against him.
Sure. Pop foul off the screen. Coming to the Red Sox. When he arrived, there was still question about how good he was and how effective he would be in that role, which now seems laughable because he's been incredible.
The year before in Pittsburgh, he lost the closing job, you know, and he just wasn't the same. And ever since he's shown up, he's take it and run with it, pounding the zone with strikes.
Past him.
By the way, it looks like he can lift the entire stadium up as strong as he looks.
I think he can. Which would be, if he tried to do that right now, would be his 3rd workout of the day. Over and above pitching. He's a fitness fanatic. Fouled off at the dish.
It's always nice when you wake up in the morning at a hotel when we travel. I go down and get my cup of coffee around 9 a.m. He's walking on and he's just a sweaty mess already. He's already got 1 workout in the morning. Of course, I continue to get my coffee and just relax.
That's important.
Watson joining him in the pen. 2-2, flying into left center field. Low on the move to get it, and that's it. Time for the bottom of the 9th in Anaheim, and time for Chapman. Red Sox baseball on Nessa, brought to you by Nissan. Visit nissanusa.com or your local dealer, and by Aura. Wish you could delete yourself from the internet? Try Aura today. Well, there was the reaction from the big strikeout the other night for Aroldis Chapman. He struck out the first man he faced, surpassing Hoyt Wilhelm as the all-time leader in Major League Baseball in strikeouts by a reliever, 1,364. Just named to his 9th All-Star team, tying Craig Kimbrell for 2nd most as a reliever, behind only the great Mariano Rivera with 13.
He's been phenomenal. I mean, this is you know, whether you're a hitter or a pitcher, especially on the pitching side, just watch how he's been able to maintain that velocity. Is unreal.
And ball 1 there, but that's been the difference the last 2 years. You know, throughout his career, he's 55, 56 first pitch strike. He's been 70% first pitch strike since he's joined the Red Sox. So he gets ahead.
Oh, Hoppy, first man to face him, smacks that one. Diving play, Durbin, up and gunning. The stretch, and he held the bag.
I think they're going to look at that one. I don't know if he was able to keep his foot on the base. He got a challenge anyhow. You need some kind of action.
Out at first base. Los Angeles is challenged.
Well, that's automatic, right? Bottom of the 9th.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to.
Talk about the hot corner. That was 105 off the bat. Durbin made that play.
Beautiful play. Great reaction from him to get up quick, too, to get this throw over. Now it's offline as Wilson holds on to the base. You're going to see when the ball enters the glove, because it takes him off the base. But when does it enter the glove?
Can't tell by that angle, yeah.
Anytime you see somebody moving their foot back to touch the bag, you always make you think he didn't have his foot on the base.
Missed it the first time.
I might have thought that in an '85 World Series at first base, but I still think our guy George Order was safe.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think he's on it right there. And then it comes off. I think he's on it when it hits the glove.
Yeah, the ball was in the mid.
I mean, he got a perfect view there.
It comes off, but
this is a great better angle right here. I think he's got a shot.
And his foot's on, or maybe, and then it comes off. I think they got him.
It's one of those ones I think is a good chance at the very least will be a call stands.
After review, Call on the field stands. The fielder held the base. He's out. Los Angeles loses their challenge.
So winds up a heck of a play. Contreras saluting Durbin. Durbin doing the same to Contreras.
On both sides, right? An infielder, I love that. I made a beautiful play. Probably the win is a hit anyway, right? But still, your first baseman pick you up, get that little toe on the bag.
He's made so many good plays at first base alone, and Durbin's been unreal at third too.
105 off the bat. Durbin with the stab. Brings up low, and he'll take a strike. Started him with a slider.
See, that's when it's not fair, when you can drop a slider in there when you're throwing like he does. That's the thing that makes him so special, especially now that he's throwing that split too.
Right now he's 5th in the American League with 17 saves. He has 384 in his career, so he's 10th on the all-time list. You know who's up next? Dennis Eckersley at 390.
So we got the stare versus the point.
Eck was unbelievable. I mean, I got a chance to play with him in the All-Star game in '88. Now, believe me, I said some good stuff in the dugout for the other side watching him. It used to drive me out of my mind. So I go, how have you been so successful? And he said something to me at this rate, and it's never left my mind. He goes, my fear of failure drives me to be the best to be. I'm like, wow, I never thought about it in that way. But yeah, that's true, especially in that position as a closer. Because they don't remember you at all when you get saved. They don't even care. It's when you don't get the save. That's when everyone goes in and asks a question. But I thought that was one of the best lines I ever heard in my life.
And how a guy could go from being a premier starter, like a 20-game winner, to that, an unhittable closer, the same career. 1-2, waved at and missed. He went back to the breaking ball to get him. 2 down.
It's just not fair. Right, Lowe's up there worried about 99, 100. Goes slider, split, slider, heater your neck.
Yeah.
So the Red Sox 1 out away from a sweep here. Gooby, I think this is the best the Red Sox have played all year, these 3 games.
I mean, I've been impressed by them. Coming into the season, I thought they were going to be good because I like their starting pitching. With enough hitting, the Red Sox would have a shot in that division. But then you come in and you look at all the offensive numbers. I'm like, ooh, at some point you got to start swinging the bat, and they certainly did in this series.
They have been lately. So they're on a little bit of a run here, swinging the bat.
1-0 and a high fly ball. That's deep to left. Duran backing up to the wall, leaping, and it's gone. Well, Zach Neto continues to swing it. His 3rd hit in tonight's game, as he hits his 19th home run.
And I talked about it earlier, guys. The home runs he has hit against the elite of the elite pitchers. Now you add in Chapman in there, along with, I thought, Skubal, Verlander, Cease, Yamamoto, Framber Valdez. I mean, these are top guys he's hit home runs against.
He hits right there, ball belt high heater.
And everyone, we show a lot. And Lou, you might be able to talk about this more. Most of his home runs, he's catching those baseballs out in front of the plate as well as anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah, he really leans in a lot, like loads up with his body and kind of gets after it. You can see where he generates that power. 19 on the year.
So 2-run game, 7-5. Guzman the batter, gone 1 for 3 with a single, and pumped in for a strike. So Chapman trying to pin down that final out and send the Red Sox to Chicago with momentum.
Guzman was that big strikeout a couple nights ago.
I'm sure Vaughn Grissom would love an opportunity to get up here with a potential tying run to the dish. Just say hello to his old teammates.
Yeah.
On deck. Swing and a miss. Down he goes for strike 3. The Red Sox win it by a final of 7-5. They have won 8 out of 10 games, heading to Chicago. A sweep here of the Angels.
Yeah, I've been impressed. I mean, I love their starting pitching. We've seen some going, although Suarez left early today. The bullpen did their job, but there's a lot of power. There's outstanding defense in the outfield, and they got a little edge going right there, a little swagger going, and the Angels not able to do anything with that.
Yeah, this is a nice series here for the Red Sox. So you can't put a long 20-game run together without, 8-2 now in the last 10. So you're on your way. Nice little start to it. enjoy the day off, long flight, get in early, and then continue this road trip out in Chicago.
Mark Gruber's a pleasure, man.
Hey, appreciate it. Lou, you guys are awesome.
Right,
appreciate it.
This Red Sox win presented by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Stay tuned for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. Adam and Jim break it down, the key moments in a series sweep, and Jemai will chat with Jaron Duran. That and more coming up after the break.